That's alright, Mama. That's alright with you. That's alright, Mama. And just any way you do. That's alright. That's alright. That's alright now, Mama. Any way you do. Come on, now. Can you feel the pain? Into him now about this new world. Ain't no train. Papa's got a brand new eye. Purple haze in my brain. Lately things just don't seem the same. Acting funny and I don't know why. Excuse me while I kiss the sky.
What is going on, Dumb Nation? Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me show. Matthew and Olivia Spear here. Hope everyone is doing well. Oh, it's pre-election eve, and we have a New Jersey and Virginia telethon coming up, which should be really interesting. It's going to be with Jack Ciccarelli and Winsome Earl Sears and President Trump. I'm not getting good juju vibes, Liv.
It's not good.
Yeah, I'm not getting good. Now, there's some things that are exciting me, and there's some things that are not exciting me. The first thing that's exciting me is Hispanics seem to be breaking with Sears.
It's good.
That's very good for Virginia. Hey, hun,
Yeah.
you got to pick that mic up and put it right under your nose.
Okay. It's basically touching me now. Will that work?
It's got to be pointing at your mouth. There you go.
Is that better?
Yeah, much
Okay.
better. So, that's good, right? That's good. I mean,
Yes.
that's a positive. Then you've got women completely breaking for Spanberger,
Which shocks me.
Mikey Sherrill, and Mom Donnie. I mean, women are just absolutely just going all over the place according to the polls. I hate to say it. Listen, you're in 2 Democrat +6 districts and +20 district in New York and city in New York. This is not a blue wave. There's nothing to be surprised here. We'll talk about it in 3 minutes. Stick around.
Do you want the truth? Are you tired of being so confused? You feel like you're more fucked up than the lies on the evening news. Well, just step right in. We can talk about it all as friends. And if you want, we can hug and kiss and make up for the party ends. Agree or disagree, stop arguing me. 'Cause I'm everything you want. Damn sure what you need. I won't tell no lies. Back up on the facts with truth. And if you can't get down with that, you must be somebody's dog.
Hey guys, Barry Morgenstein, America's headshot photographer, coming to you from my New York City studio. Great friend of the Dumb Show. It is now time to put down the camera because it's almost 7 p.m. and I'm gonna watch the coolest, the most real and raw show on the internet. It's on every night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the coolest guys, Matt, Olivia, Leroy, and Amy. You guys have to tune in to see it. It's gonna be something incredible every night. Check it out.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
What's going on, everybody? Hope everyone's doing well. By the way, we are The Dumb Show. TheDumbShow.com/donate is where you can go to help out the show. It's free. You don't have to donate anything. You don't have to feel guilty. We try to tell people don't give till it hurts. Give till it feels good if you can do it. If you can't, don't worry about it. There's a lot going on in the world. We understand it. But it does help pay for the streaming costs and the servers and all the software and everything else that we do every day. We hope you enjoy the page. You can find us on Facebook and Rumble and X and Instagram at The Dumb Show. Excuse me. We're also at the podcasts on Apple, Spotify, and you can find us on Spreaker and iHeartRadio as well. So we're everywhere. Stop on by The Dumb Show, pick up some shirts, some hats, some coffee, all that type of stuff, if you would like. And with no further ado, Olivia. Oh, I forgot to do the window.
Yep. Well, while you're doing that, speaking of donations, on Friday, Jerry Spangler donated $25. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to donate during the live show, so I just wanted to
thanks, Jerry. So he must have watched the live show and did it.
Yeah,
that was nice of him.
He said, "Great show tonight. Couldn't donate while live."
Well, that's nice.
But that was very nice.
Yeah, thanks, Jerry. We really appreciate that. I'm trying out my new contacts. I've got the medium range ones, and they're pretty amazing.
They are nicknamed the podcast pair.
Yeah, because
you have nicknames for
my
your
optometrist works specifically for the show and knows that I need a certain type of of contact to work because the mid range. So now, if I'm here or look here, that's fine. But once I go down to my phone, I've got to put on these lovely reading glasses, which are just birth control glasses of epic proportions. But I don't look down very much in the show, and I can type without looking. So the only really time I do it is when I'm on my phone. So it's crystal clear right now. Like, it's clearer than it's ever been. Like, it's beautiful. And they're not bothering my eyes right now, which is also good.
That's good.
Like, I can even read your hat in the thing. I mean, I can't, but I can see the letters. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me Show. So listen, we have a Tele-Rally coming up, which is interesting because it's just a telephone rally.
Which I've never even heard of. How does this work?
So everyone needs to understand some things, first of all, is that Winsome Sears and the Virginian candidates don't want Donald Trump in Virginia. So everyone's like, why isn't the GOP there? Why aren't they rallying hard? Because these are blue states. New Jersey, New York, and Virginia. They're blue. People are like, Virginia's purple. No, it's not. It's got a red governor. They're going to lose 6 seats in the House. They're more than likely going to lose the gubernatorial race. More than likely going to lose the lieutenant governor race. They're probably going to lose the AG race. And Jason Myers is probably not going to win, even though Jay Jones is a complete scumbag who doesn't even deserve to be on the ticket.
Mm-mm.
But but here's what you need to understand. If this isn't a +10 win for the governor position, that's a bad sign for 2026. I mean, they keep saying it's a bellwether. These are not bellwether states. These are deep blue states. They've got massive blue pockets of cities in all three. Most of the population is not living in the rural areas. It's in these deep blue borderline Washington, D.C. based cities. New York cities, it's in New Jersey, and New York, obviously, city is as blue as it gets. Manhattan went 90-10 for Biden.
Jeez.
And then went like 85-15 for Trump, I believe. So I want you guys to understand, this isn't a blue wave. If they don't clean up here, then that is just like literally Democratic Party should go out and treat it like a horse with a broken hip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, does that mean that there couldn't be a surprise? I think I can honestly say that New York will absolutely go to Mamdani. And
I'm not shocked about that one.
That's like a 100% for me. Like it's just Sliwa did not drop out. Cuomo just got a micro endorsement from Donald Trump. It's not going to help him. Independents are breaking, just not by going. And New York is a deep blue city. And it's a mayoral race in New York. I mean, come on. So I'm just going to say I go with Mamdani winning. Now, the one upset that I could see happening is Ciccarelli. So I could see Ciccarelli possibly winning. There's some problems with that, though. Monmouth County is actually doing well. He'll probably win that by 50,000 votes. But the early vote turnout, Democrats are slaying. Like, slaying. Their early vote count in New Jersey was like 50,000. They're up by, I think overall all early votes are up by 500,000. So this is a big turnout. Like, this is a big turnout. And that doesn't help Republicans. It just doesn't. Because they have a longer window. Because Republicans vote on election day and only so many come out, right? And I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm not trying to ruin you. I'm not trying to get you upset. I'm just trying to tell you the truth because you guys rely on me for this stuff. You know what I mean?
I'd rather you be completely upfront than have what a 2020 we had. I think all our hopes and dreams.
Well, I was pretty honest. I was pretty honest in 2022, punk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I told you how I felt that was going to be a tough race.
Tammy Delahouse. Sounds like a new name.
It does sound like a new name. Tammy, thank you for your donation.
She donated this afternoon before the show even started.
What?
So, yeah.
Holy moly, Tammy.
Yeah. So
thank you so much.
Yes.
That means the world to me. So.
Oh, shoot. We forgot one thing.
Yeah, I know. You forgot that. So you got to go get it.
Yep.
Why don't you ask E? All right.
Ethan!
Okay. So New York, I think we can call New York going with Mamdani. Could you grab that? Do you have the book out there and the letter?
Yeah, it should be on the island.
So then let's go ahead and we'll say Virginia for last. Ciccarelli, he's not performing as well as he did previous years. And in 2024, Trump's performance, he's not really matching. Like I said, you've got the Hispanic vote coming out in Virginia, but in New Jersey, there's a lot of energy. And if there's going to be an upset, that one is going to be it. But I think I'm going to say Mikey Sherrill looks like she is going to win that. Oh.
Sad.
Yeah. That can change. And I want to see what they do tonight. Donald Trump, Robert Mueller gave $21.10. Thank you, Robert.
Thank you.
Donald Trump just gave $1 million to the Winsome Sears campaign and Ciccarelli campaign. I don't know why. Well, because they're out of money for their commercials tonight and tomorrow early. I would assume. I think they spent their load and they probably had reserve buys and Democrats probably stopped running ads. So they're going to go and double up effort and try to get some ads out there. That's usually a desperation thing. I have to also look in Virginia, look at the size of the turnout. Now, 7,000 people turned out for Obama. That's not a lot. I mean, you had heavy hitters there. You had Obama there. You had both senators from Virginia there. That's a pretty big rally. And a lot of it was what a lot of Virginians are telling me, and I'm hearing, is a lot of it seemed to be bussed in and not genuine organic. And Spanberger introduced Obama.
Oh.
Obama didn't even introduce her.
That should be the other way around, which makes me think he was the headliner.
That's right.
And people went for him, not her.
Yeah. Keep your mic up near your mouth.
Sorry.
Hey, honey.
Yeah.
It's literally like if you decide to open your mouth, you're going to take a bite. That's
Okay.
how close it has to be to your lips. It's too far away.
Got it.
It's still too far away. Honey, this thing needs to be up. I need to see your chin. I'm sorry. I've got to fix the audio in the show. The show's broken because people can't hear you. That's the number one complaint I get on the pre-records. Do you need help?
Yeah, it's too tight. Sorry.
Move that drink. I asked you to do this before the show. Remember?
Yeah. Okay. I thought it was good. Sorry.
Okay, get it way up. Just do it. Trust me.
Okay.
I'll do it. Hold this.
Got it.
Now you just do that.
Got it. Better?
Yeah, so much better. Thanks, hon. Sorry,
You're welcome.
it's just the audio has been shit the last few months.
You know, I think they slip every once in a while because it used to be up here and it's just, no?
Nope, not
I
never.
thought it
No,
was.
you would do this. Hi, everybody. It's Olivia from the Dumb Show. That's what you would put it under your chin.
Got it.
You just got it. You got to have it right up there. That's the thing about the mic. Once we move the cameras, it actually looks good now. You can't even. It's not blocking your beautiful neck and face. So obviously that Obama thing was Spanberger. They weren't there for Spanberger. So I don't know if she's going to get the turnout on election day. And if that's the case, but I'm just going to say, I think Spanberger wins governorship. It's a 10-point deficit right now. Even the most Republican polls has her down by 5 or 6. And it's just too much. I mean, Young Kim was down 2.5, 3 points and he pulled it out. You really need to be within. I remember what I told you guys, if you're around 3%, 3.5%, you have a good shot. Now,
Did you see this comment by Amy on Facebook?
yeah, people in Norfolk didn't look happy to be there. What did Amy say on Facebook?
That's what people in
Oh,
Norfolk.
she's on YouTube.
Oh, YouTube, sorry.
Yeah,
My bad.
that's what I've heard. It was kind of like meh, and Obama was not really good. And she doesn't inspire a lot of people, but I think this is going to be retribution on Trump and reciprocity on Trump. Now, something happened at the UVA today, University of Virginia, you know UVA, is that around 4 o'clock or so, there was a call that went out on the broadcasting and the police band that there was an active shooter at University of Virginia. Can you take a look at that and see if that was real?
Yep. Let me go.
And all the sources that I have say that was absolutely a false alarm, but they put it as a white male, young, above the school library. And they shot it up. Now, there's some things that bother me about that. It feels like a false flag. It feels like a false flag to kind of like suppress the vote or encourage the vote, right? You got to understand, there's been quite a few shootings in Virginia. At Virginia Tech, at UVA before. I mean, we've been hit several times here. And it's almost too perfect. And especially since there is no shooting, that it's not real, I believe. Liv?
Yeah, it says it was a false alarm or hoax.
And that leads me to believe that it was Democrat who are doing that to put it in the news, to get the topic around school shootings. And that is what a false flag is. And I had a feeling that when it happened, that's what it was. Remember I said that, Liv?
Mm-hmm.
I said, this doesn't sound right to me.
Yep.
It's too close to the election. This doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Why would you hit up a school when you could hit a voting booth? I hate to say that, but
Yeah.
this feels like a false flag to me.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things about Virginia that here's the good and here's the bad. One is that she's black. She's a Marine. She's an immigrant. And I love her. And that doesn't matter to me at all. But it certainly matters to independents and the Democrats. So we're going to use that, right? So that's a good thing. Second thing is Hispanics are breaking for Sears. That's also good. They're showing up for Sears. That's a very good sign, especially in Norfolk, especially in Vaughan Beach, and in Frederick, Fredericksburg and Alexandria. You don't have a lot of Hispanics in Northern Virginia, and that's where the bulk of the votes, Hampton, Vaugh Beach, Norfolk, Northern Virginia, Ashburn area, that's where all your white liberal women are. And they are absolutely in droves showing up for Spanberger. The other thing is that the polling is showing that the lieutenant governor is closer than the governor race. That is going to be a simple name recognition issue more than anything else. Very rarely in any politics, let alone Virginia politics, state politics, people may know their governor. They probably 10% know the lieutenant governor, and I promise you nobody knows rarely who the AG is. When you have somebody who's running for lieutenant governor, it's kind of just like, I voted blue here, I'm going to vote blue here. Yeah. And I voted here, and I voted here. He's going to be so mad.
I don't care. We have a lot of Virginia people here on YouTube tonight.
Well, I tried to tell Winsome Sears and Governor Youngkin that, and Jason Myers and
John
Gary
Reed.
Higgins and John Reed, but they didn't listen. And that's also a bad thing. If you could be on a podcast that's going to guaranteed to have 60,000 views by the time this thing hits a month, like the pastor interview, I think it's sitting at 21,000. It's been a week.
Mm-hmm. Less than a week. It's only been 5 days.
Right. So you're gonna get Vaugh Beach mostly Republican, but not in the deep blue districts, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
Is the outer areas of Vaugh Beach are, but not the inner. In fact, Vaugh Beach didn't go for Trump. And it didn't go for Trump in 16, didn't go for Trump in 20, it didn't go for Trump in 2024. Actually, I think it may have gone in 16. But Norfolk and Vaugh Beach had a lot of military in it, and you had a lot of woke military members. Now, you hope that this new military effort has helped Donald Trump and his work with the VA and everything else. But SNAP benefits, EBT, that doesn't help, because if they blame Republicans, it's going to hurt them in the votes. It's going to hurt governor in votes. If people blame the lockdown on Democrats, it's obviously going to help Republicans. That is the one key indicator that I don't like. Okay, in 2022, the Youngkin kind of ace up the sleeve was transgenderism in schools. Virginia wasn't having any of that. None. I think the ace up Winsome Sears, Maris, Reed, and Higgins is probably going to be the lockdown, the government shutdown. And I think people are smart enough to realize that the Democrats are using.
I wouldn't doubt if the Democrats are using it to their advantage.
They already
for
are.
the
They've admitted
elections
it.
right now.
They've openly admitted it. They've said it's leverage.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only leverage they have right now. So how about we're going to do? Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. The lower peninsula is, but the lower peninsula is also densely populated. That's the problem, Amy. That's the hard thing. Is I didn't ban you, balls. Olivia doesn't like you at all. So I can't fix it. So she's just going to do it all the time. She's going to, yeah, she doesn't like you, dude. So if you want to get with anybody, you got to get with her. But I've asked her, and my wife wears my balls and spine are in her purse. And if she says you don't get to be on, you don't get to be on. She doesn't like you spamming PayPal and saying mean things. She runs that. Everything you say that's shitty, it goes right to her. And she's sick of you. So you better apologize to her. She's never done anything to you.
Well, here's the thing. I think I banned him before you even heard that. So,
yeah. Well, so here's the thing that I'll just put a bow on. The truth of the matter is, if people showed up like they did in 2024 for Trump, we'll win. hands down. The chances of that happening when usually these midterm-based primaries and middle election, off-election year races usually show about 40% show up. I'll tell you tomorrow when we're in line, because I specifically don't vote early. I tell you all to vote early. But Olivia will tell you, if I was having open heart surgery, I would vote. Mm-hmm. I will get there.
I did vote last Tuesday early because I have to work tomorrow. So I did vote early. But he's got the car tomorrow, so he's going to go vote tomorrow.
Well, I've also got to get my crowns put in, too.
Yeah.
And I got to get a haircut. I'm a busy bee tomorrow. I got a lot to do.
And you got to drop Hayden off at school because she's got district tryouts
in
the morning.
So the other thing that might not go well for Democrats is the fact that they're trying to do redistricting. This might be a sleeper as well, because the redistricting push, the 10-1 push, is not popular in Virginia. In fact, Virginia just voted on having an independent council review all gerrymandering and zone districting. It's what they wanted. This was a big push. And for them in the dead of night to go ahead and propose this to gerrymander and do California and New York's bidding, the Commonwealth isn't a big fan of that. So the Democrats are doing things that are kind of slippery and shady. Usually that is when the people in power, whether it be Republicans and Democrats in office, do that. Virginians don't like it. But the fact that Democrats are doing it out of power, they may not like that. We got to dial in now. And we're going to go ahead and put on the teleconference and listen to this.
Welcome to the Tele-Rally. The Tele-Rally event is currently in progress. Please note, this event may be monitored, recorded, or rebroadcast.
The hills of Tennessee, across the waves of Texas, some sweet shining sea.
All right, so it's got some music going right now, but we'll get back onto the Tele-Rally so y'all can hear it. Tele-Rally hasn't started yet. It's going to in just a few. They're doing music right now. We don't want to get hit with
copyright.
Yeah, with the copyright. So we'll jump on in just a second. You know how President Trump is. He would be late to his own funeral. I guess what I could do is just dial into. Would you take this
with your phone and then?
Yeah. Would you dial in there? And here's the number. Just dial straight in. That's all you got to do. Yeah, so I would appreciate it if people would go ahead and you can turn it down, way down. Yeah, Winsome Sears is a beautiful lady. We had a chance to meet her on Saturday.
She's great.
Very kind, very lovely. And Gary Higgins was amazing. John Reed was awesome. Jason Maris, all of them. They're just great. And Governor Youngkin was just
awesome.
So
he's
we're gonna
very tall.
Yeah, and I'm a tall dude. I'm a tall dude. I'm big dude. Everyone goes, oh, when Matt stands up, you see me on the show and you can't tell, but I'm a big guy. And it's just kind of funny, and they're very nice people. And I would love for them to win. Listen, we're going to watch it tomorrow. I think it's on? Okay, we're going to go into it right now.
Okay.
It just came on. It just
started. So I'm going to turn this off.
Just wait.
Welcome to the Tele-Rally. The Tele-Rally event is currently in progress. Please note, this event may be monitored, recorded, or rebroadcast.
You guys can hear it okay, all right?
That's more votes that you received than any Republican ever has received in the history of the state of New Jersey. And if just 2/3 of your 2024 voters, just 2/3, if they show up for Jack Ciattarelli tomorrow, he will be the next governor of the state of New Jersey. So we can't thank you enough for taking the time to do this tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, the 45th and now the 47th President of the United States, my good friend, and the greatest president we've ever had, Donald J. Trump.
Well, thank you very much, Jeff. And I want to thank you, maybe more importantly, for doing such a great job as a congressman. We fought together to stop all those hundreds of windmills they wanted to build off the Jersey Shore. And we stopped it, you and I and a couple of other people. There weren't too many that helped us. And I just want to congratulate you on that. It would have been a disaster, just an absolute disaster, raise up the cost of energy more and would have been so bad. So I just want to thank Congressman Jeff Andrews, special man. And hello to the incredible patriots of the great state of New Jersey. Tomorrow is election day in your state, and you need to go out and vote for Jack Ciattarelli, who's a great guy, a friend of mine, a great guy, a very successful man who wants to put all of his efforts now into really saving New Jersey, making it great again, saving it. And he's going to do it. He'll be able to do it. The polls are looking really good. They're just about even, and they say even for us is a win. You know, it's if you can be even, that means it's a win. We got to be very careful, get out and vote, but we have to beat the radical left. The polls will open tomorrow, as you know, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. And if you want information, go to swampthevoteusa.com for more information. You get it right at that. Just go. Everybody's waiting to give you whatever information you want to go out and vote for Jack. Jack Ciattarelli is a businessman and a public servant who has devoted his life to the people of New Jersey. He really has to. He loves the state. He's fighting for lower taxes, lower prices, lower cost of living, much of the same things that I'm fighting for, and especially lower energy costs. Your energy costs have gone through the roof under Democrat leadership, even though on a national basis, they've gone way down. You're close to $2 for gasoline. $2 a gallon. It was up to $5 and $6. Then it was $4 and $4.50. It's down to close to $2 now, and it's nobody can believe it. But you know, drill, baby, drill. That's what I say, and that turned out to be true. But we're at a position where it's incredible. But the Democrats, if they got in, your energy costs in New Jersey are very, very high, one of the highest in the nation. And if they get in, it's going to go. It could double, triple, and even quadruple. It will not be sustainable. If Jack gets in and, you know, with what we're doing in Washington, and it's not necessarily equal because we can create low energy costs, which we've done, and yet New Jersey is through the roof. So you figure it. But Jack will get him down, and he'll get him down really low. Calls me about it all the time. Energy is a big factor. You want high energy, vote for the Democrat. If you want to see really low energy costs, vote for Jack. He will deliver safe communities as well for the law-abiding citizens of your state. He's very crime-oriented to stop crime, much more so than almost all politicians, because I deal with all of them. Fully supports our police. He has a total endorsement of every police, every group in the state he's endorsed by, and get the illegal aliens and the criminals and gang members and people from mental institutions that were dropped into our country. He agrees we got to get them out, and we're getting them out at record numbers, as you probably know. We have a border that's allowing virtually nobody in. They had a border that allowed 25 million people in, many of them absolute criminals, drug dealers, drug addicts, the people from mental institutions. They emptied their jails into our country, and we're getting them out at numbers that, you know, frankly, have made us look very good, but it's not about looking good. It's about getting it all done. But we're really a champion for common sense, and that's the Republican Party. So Jack is running against a horrible, fake, corrupt, radical left Democrat opponent named Mikey Sherrill. The only thing she's got going is it's a very unusual name. I've never heard of the name Mikey for a woman, but maybe this will be the list. I don't think too many people will be naming their child after Mikey. Her energy policies would send your prices soaring and make New Jersey even more expensive than it already is, which, as I said, is one of the highest in the entire country. Combined with her high tax, her high crime agenda, Mikey Sherrill will send New Jersey into a death spiral, deficit spiral, and jobs and businesses are going to flee the state. And I don't want that to happen because, as you know, I'm in the state all the time, different locations all over the state. I have property all over the state. I love the state. We got to make it really great again. Taxes are through the roof. And again, families are getting taxed at levels that they've never seen before. Jack is going to get your taxes down. He's going to get your energy costs down, and they're going to go down really tremendously. Mikey Sherrill is a dishonest person. As you know, she was thrown out of her school for cheating and didn't want to talk about it, but they found her, and she wasn't allowed to walk with her graduating class. She would be a travesty as a governor in New Jersey. Your state has been wrecked by radical left Democrats. They're lunatics in Trenton for decades. It's been time for a change a long time ago, but now it is time for a change. This is maybe your finest chance. I don't want to say your last chance because that would be a pretty negative statement, but it's certainly a great chance. Jack is just about even, in some polls even leading, but only leading if you get out and vote. In 2024, my campaign received the most votes for a Republican presidential candidate in New Jersey history by far. And so we have something going, and we've increased the size of the Republican Party because of that. And Jack is a great recipient of it, and he helped us do it. Republican registrations are soaring. The Jewish community in New Jersey also voted very strongly for me in 2024, especially the Jewish leadership, where we had so much support, Lakewood, New Jersey, all of the different areas of New Jersey. But I've seen that, whether it's almost every group. I think we have a chart, which we're going to send out to Jack. Better do it fast because we don't have much time left. But virtually every group voted way higher for me, and all throughout the country. And as you know, with your help, but as you know, we won the popular vote for the presidential election 2024. I said, too big to rig. Get out and vote. We won the popular vote. We won every district. We won 2,700 versus 500 of the districts. We took the Electoral College at 312 to like 225.
See you, Deborah. Have a good night, hon. I hope you feel better.
And we're going to do it again. This is the biggest election. The entire country is watching New Jersey. They're going to be watching tonight. They're going to be watching tomorrow, and they're really going to be watching tomorrow night. So you need to get out to the polls tomorrow and vote to save New Jersey. You're going to save it because energy costs, if you get Mikey going in there, energy costs are going to go up so much you're not going to be able to sustain your way of life. So go to swampthevoteusa.com, swampthevoteusa.com for more information about where to vote. The polls will be open from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. and vote for Jack Ciattarelli. He's a fantastic guy. He's a winner. He loves the state. He has given up so much to do.
Yeah, just FYI, somebody had asked, what's the percentage of votes for New Jersey, Virginia, and New York? For about 40% for New Jersey, about 55% for Virginia, and around 18% for New York in some places. Average is like 21%. It's bad in New York.
And he's done a great job. We've worked together and done some tremendous things for the state. We love you all. Thank you for your great support, and I'll see you soon. Get out and vote. Congressman, it's yours.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, New Jersey loves you. Here in New Jersey, people are still talking about the record crowd, the biggest ever, more than 100,000 strong on the Wildwood Beach, who came from all over the state to see you last year, and they enjoyed it. They love you, and they love what you're doing. President Trump and I need a partner in Trenton. We're finally going to have one in Governor Jack Ciattarelli. Let me just take a moment to remind everyone.
Amy, where are you at in Virginia? I'll go vote with you if you're near me.
I think she's in Virginia Beach or Norfolk.
Nuclear
I think she's down that way.
Nuclear plants
too far
and new
away.
Gas plants.
I'll be with you in
He's
spirit.
going to help
I'll give you my number.
Trump
We can tele-vote together.
Wind from ever
Virginia
threatening
Beach, yeah.
our beautiful New
We were
Jersey
down there in
shore
August.
that
Give her
we
my
love
phone
so
number. We
much.
can FaceTime when
He's
we
going
go
to
in there and
stop the
vote. It'd be great.
constant taxes,
All right,
constant increase in
we'll be quiet.
fees, constant increase in tolls. He's going to empower parents and give them real choices in their kids' education. He's going to stop allowing schools to interfere with the parent-child relationship. He's going to stop biological men from competing in women's sports. Jack Ciattarelli is going to stop mandates against gas stoves, gas dryers, gas appliances, gas lawnmowers, and he's going to do, so importantly, end New Jersey's sanctuary state status. Sanctuary state means it costs us a fortune. All of you listening are paying your tax dollars to house, clothe, feed, educate, and defend in court illegal aliens. It's wrong. He's going to eliminate no cash bail policies, and he's going to stop allowing violent criminals from going back on our streets over and over and over again until they do more and more violent harm. And it's because of left-wing prosecutors and judges, which Governor Jack Ciattarelli is going to stop. It is time. It is time now to fix New Jersey. And tomorrow, with all of your help, we will. Now, please, don't anyone hang up. We need you just for another minute or two. And I'm going to hand it back over to Sherry, who's going to explain why.
Well, thank you so much, Congressman Van Drew. We appreciate that. And thank you to President Trump for a wonderful message and for your support for the great state of New Jersey. So next, we do have a poll question for you. We would love to hear from you, our listeners on the line. So please use your keypad on your phone and you can answer the poll question to participate with us. The poll question is, can President Trump count on your vote for Republicans up and down the ballot in New Jersey? Press 1 for yes. Press 2 for no.
Your response has been registered.
Decided. And we look forward to hearing from you. And I'll repeat the poll question so you have an opportunity to answer. And you can use the keypad on your phone to answer the question. The poll question again is, can President Trump count on your vote for Republicans up and down the
I
ballot?
have a good buddy
in
who
New
lives
Jersey?
in New Jersey, so I'm
Press
answering
1 for
for
yes.
him. He's not on.
Press 2 for no, and
And
press
I know the
3
answer.
if you're undecided.
The answer is yes.
So thank you all who participate. I can see the answers are rolling in pretty quick there. Appreciate that. And remember, tomorrow is Election Day, so please do make a plan to vote. Bring your friends out, your family, your neighbors, and don't let your voice go unheard. The polls are open from 6 a.m. till 8 p.m. And we also made a special website for you. We invite you to check out this website, as President Trump mentioned earlier. It is swampthevoteusa.com/new-jersey. Again, the website is swampthevoteusa.com/new-jersey. And on that website, you can find your Election Day voting location and so much more information. So do remember, Election Day is tomorrow, Tuesday, November 4th, and we'll see you at the polls.
Okay.
And thank you so much for joining us again, and have a nice evening.
So I'd be interested to hear how many people attended that. I
Are
would,
they doing one for Virginia or just New Jersey?
just Jersey.
Okay.
So 289 people on. It's wonderful to see so many people on. Just to let you know, we just concluded the teleconference call. It wasn't anything huge. President Trump came on for about 9.5, 10 minutes and said some nice things about Jack Ciattarelli. Jack wasn't on the call, which means that he's stumping right now. I mean, he's out there hitting areas and he's having pundits sit in for him. State legislature sat in for him on the call. Jeff, can't remember his last name. That's good. That's the way it should be. The thing that this is Jack's third time running. And I think one of the pluses would be name recognition. And since he's been on 3 times and he's done well, but the early vote is the biggest concern for me. The turnout in New Jersey is pretty stellar. So listen, we're gonna do what we always do. I'm gonna break down the numbers and I'm gonna bring it to you tomorrow. And I think what we need to understand is curb our expectations around hope and throwing caution to the wind and saying, oh, well, it's going to be just red's going to take up. No, these are 2 + 6 states for Democrats and a +20 city. If Democrats don't win by 10, this is going to be an upset. If we see a race that's within 3.5% within the first 15, 20 minutes, and it holds in Virginia, we're in a very good spot. If it is not, if it's at 5 to 7 to even 10%, it's going to be over in 7 minutes. Like that. Because that means that they've got the in-day totals really fast from Fairfax, Fredericksburg, Richmond, Vaughan Beach, Norfolk, Northern Virginia, Ashburn. And those numbers are so overwhelming that if every single other vote came in at 100% red, it still wouldn't win. They're going to call it. And that's what they did with Trump in 2020. Now, 2024 lasted about an hour and 45 minutes because President Trump was within that 4%, 5%, and it held. And there were enough votes out there to keep counting. So that's what I want you to curtail your expectations. The good news is New Jersey is not New York. New York is not New Jersey. Virginia is not New Jersey. New Jersey is not Virginia. And Virginia is most assuredly not New York. And New York is not Virginia. These are three very different states with very different economies, very different issues. Predominantly, New Jersey is energy. New York is crime. And Virginia right now is cost of living and abortion. And I hate to say it, but that really is back on the map in Virginia. So three very different issues. And we'll find out tomorrow. Exit polls are going to help. Exit polls are going to give us an idea. But like I said, Virginia, you're going to know. And the longer it goes from being called, the better news it's going to be. And the better chance it gives Jason Miyares. If they don't call the governor race, then that is great down ticket. That is great news. And that gives a really good chance for John Reed. It gives a decent chance for Gary Higgins. And it gives a really good chance for Jason Miyares because that's the closest part, or closest race. So either you're going to know in the first 10 minutes or we get to an hour and a half and we start having some hope. So we're going to find out. I think the best race is going to be New Jersey. I think we'll know fairly quickly in New Jersey. He needs to take Monmouth by 50,000 votes. If he does that, then he'll overperform. If he overperforms there, he's got to carry at least a 60-40 split in the rest of the counties and have a couple 45-55 splits and maybe even win a couple upsets. We'll see. It's going to be a great election. They're always fun. This is our Super Bowl. I love this time of year. This is like my favorite thing in the world. Yep. Winsome Earl Sears is very behind in the polls. But that's an indicator, right? So remember, a lot of the polls that have come out in the last few hours and days have been some of the more non-right-leaning polls. Real Clear Politics had their poll come out. Trafalgar Group came out with theirs. But yeah, it doesn't look good for Winsome Earl Sears. But remember, the call logs that they use for these polls, Virginians in the sticks don't answer their phones. And you're going to call based upon donors and voter registry. And I also want you to consider that there's a high level of distrust for government and political pundits and pollers out here, where Virginia is a very eclectic group of people. You've got the east side of Virginia, which is predominantly military and old money. You've got the western side of Virginia, which is southwest side Virginia, which is backcountry woods for sure. And you've got the northwest of Virginia, which is borders West Virginia, which is very rural and very red. And then it stops, and you've got the bluest eastern and northeastern side of Virginia, which is pretty much all blue. There's a few pockets and precincts that aren't, but it is all Washington, D.C., and it is packed full of people. And that really is where the election lives and dies. So the question is, I think the lockdown and the government shutdown is going to play a huge part in this. I think that's the wild card up the sleeve that people aren't predicting. And the numbers show that Trump's popularity has moved up. They may not like him, but they like what he's doing overall. But that's where we're at. Any thoughts, Libby, on this? You got some guts?
I don't do predictions with elections because I don't know politics that well. I leave that to you. I can only hope and keep my fingers crossed.
Yeah, I don't want a blue governor.
No.
I'm not too excited about it, to be honest with you. It's a little depressing. But remember, these are not bellwethers. You're seeing all these morons are like, there's a blue wave. It's not a blue wave, you moron. You're +6, and +20 in the city of New York. If you don't win these, you guys are cooked in 2023. Or excuse me, 2026. I mean, cook. Oh, Kim, don't feed him. This is what he wants. This guy's been begging for attention for months now, and it's hilarious. This guy loves me more than my fans, and I think it's a physical love. I think. I mean, send your photos and samples to matt@thedumbshow.com. I might. I don't know if I'm drunk enough. This is going to hurt Virginia, but I will tell you the western side of Virginia will pretty much remain unaffected because our sheriffs and our local politicians are good here. But I worry. I do worry. There's no doubt. I worry.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not morose and melancholy. Like, this is what I expected. And I'll be honest with you, when the word is done on this campaign, the best thing I can say without being negative, because I'm not trying to be, y'all could have done a hell of a lot more. And the candidates waited too long. They revamped Sears' image 30 days ago. It's not quick enough. You didn't go after Spanberger hard enough. There wasn't enough money put into these races from the Republicans. You didn't have a strong candidate ready to go outside of Sliwa. I mean, Sliwa, he's performing worse than he did the last time he ran. You backed Cuomo. What? The enemy of my enemy is not my friend. Or the enemy of my enemy is my friend is a horrible, horrible strategy. You could have put a tough person in New York. You could have found somebody to run. But really, the signs on Sears that I gave a post-mortem on her first year, and it was not pretty. I felt that her targeting on social media was horrendous. She was targeting people in Arizona and California and Washington. What? I thought that she looked tired and she didn't have that swagger and they didn't show it off enough. And once they, polished her up a little bit, she became affable, likable, pretty, and you have to use that. They didn't show her military photograph enough. I have a great military photograph that I just saw this week, and it has not been out. I mean, this is brand. I mean, this is it. That should be everywhere. Like every single campaign commercial should have that photo. You have an African American Marine in a military unit that is one of the most respected in the world. This should be everywhere. And not because she's black, but because she's a Marine. And some people are like, well, I've seen it. You didn't see it on her site. I'll tell you that much, and it should be. I saw her at the gun range today in a couple photos, and I'm like, good. And she's got a rigged out 45, and it's tricked out like a mother. It's a competitive shooting 45, and she's just gripping and ripping. Put it on. Virginians love guns. So they missed some opportunities to sell her properly. New York was just completely surrendered by the GOP. And the truth of the matter is the GOP often surrenders Virginia. There's been delegates that haven't even ran. They run unopposed sometimes in Virginia, which makes me feel bad because I'm like, you know what? The next time I'm just going to get out there and just do it. And I'm really considering it. I'm just going to let you know. I'm really considering it. And maybe not for state, but city, maybe. Maybe city council, maybe mayor. mayor of my city here, and I think I could win that. I really do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do too.
I really do. I think I win that hands down if I run it. I really do. How freaking awesome would that be?
Mayor.
The mayor's house? It's right up there. It's the mayor's house. It's right up there. I thought about it, but we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, the point is that there's some very good people. Gary Higgins is a very nice man. One of the nicest men I've ever met in politics, and I've met a ton. And he shakes hands like a champ, and he's kind, and he put his arm around my wife and I, and he was just great. Winsome Sears is just a doll, just an amazing Spitfire fireball. Governor Youngkin is like a professor or a pastor. He has a magnanimous personality, and it's infectious. And when he looks at you, you're humbled.
He looks straight at you. He's
very, very, like I steal the air out of rooms. He's really good at it too. And I looked him square in the face, and I shook his hand, and I wasn't intimidated by him at all. But I'll tell you what, I did feel a little bit of an air of superiority. I felt the same way about John Reed. He was excellent. Jason Maris he's busy. He's just business. Put my hand on his shoulder, pulled his ear in, and I said, dude, you need to stay in politics, and I expect to see you on a bigger ticket soon. Get out of AG. It's a dead space for you. You're not going to be the Attorney General of the United States. Run for office. You'll be awesome at it. He's going to be good. And he's amazing. He reminds me of a little Marco Rubio. So all of the candidates were just incredible. But unfortunately, that doesn't mean you win. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Bobby wanted to know, if you run and win, what will happen to the show and you dummies?
Keep doing the show. My evenings are my time, you know? And I'll do my things, and then Olivia will stand in, or Leroy or Damani or whatever when I can't be here. But it's not like this town is that pressing. It's a town of what, 500-600? It's not going to be that crazy.
Well, Hayden might run for governor in 15 years, so.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, I'm thinking about it because I love this town. I love this town. What are Youngkin's plans? I'll tell you this. And then we'll move on. I don't know what Youngkin's plans are, but I'll tell you what I read from Youngkin when I saw him and met him. When I said, you need to run in 2028. I've never seen a grin so Cheshire and large in my life. And my daughter said, I want to work for you when you run in 2028.
Want it.
Hold on. Leave it.
Okay.
It's copy and paste, but it's good.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to convince anyone in here, dude, that Winsome Sears is the right choice, Michael. Also, throw a profile picture up on your profile pic. It lends credibility, and you don't seem like a bot. Yeah, well, Youngkin wanted a 15-week abortion plan because that was in the Abortion Care Act and the Family First Act. And it's not unreasonable. And he's very open to the life of mother, rape, incest, and medical complications, etc. And 15 weeks is fairly reasonable. I mean, if you can't figure out that you're pregnant in the first 4 weeks, there's a problem. And if you can't make a decision in the next 4 weeks that you want to terminate the life of the baby, and then you can't go ahead in 7 weeks and actually get it done, then you probably shouldn't be a parent to begin with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you shouldn't be making those choices. 15 weeks is plenty of time. People are like, well, sometimes people don't know until 4 weeks. Well, that's not true. That's not true. Gestational signs show right after conception within 30 days, right, Liv? You miss your period.
Yeah, I do know somebody.
But you can be delayed, right? You can miss a period and it's standard, and you go, I didn't know.
Now,
but if you're having sex, you check, right?
Well, here's the thing.
We've always checked.
Yeah. But I know someone who married, already had children. They weren't planning to have any more. And she's on the depot shot. And you get that every 3 months and you don't get a period.
Right.
And if your pregnancies are good and golden, like some people are just like they breeze through it, unlike me.
But you understand. If you're having sex.
But yeah, I know someone who didn't know.
You get a birth control. And the mistakes happen. We understand, and condoms break and all that. So make it 17 weeks. But like, I would love to see we just stop using abortion for birth control. That would be a wonderful thing. Like, everyone's like, how can you say that 15 weeks? Because you're going to save millions of babies. And isn't that a start? It's not an all or nothing. It's not a zero-sum game. I mean, if we could just get a 15-week, 17, 18-week ban and life of mother, rape, incest, then that's going to save millions of lives.
I'm very curious. Bobby just said with my first child, I didn't know until 7 months along. I'm actually very curious.
Bobby said that?
Bobby Richardson, yeah.
What? I don't understand. She's lying. She's not being. She's being an Oregon Ducks. She's kidding. She's kidding.
Okay.
She's lying. I don't believe her. Bobby, come on. You serious, folks?
Somebody said another streamer on Rumble wants to talk to you right now. Alabama John.
Okay, call me.
I don't know who that is.
Call me right now. Tell him to call me. It's phone number here. I'll put it up. We need to do a commercial in a second because we need to hit goal. But yeah, listen. Okay. There's mitigating circumstances. There's people who may not know, and I understand. But you get my point. And if somebody doesn't know until 7 months, the chances of them getting an abortion, it's kind of a moot point. You know what I mean? Once that you're kind of in it to win it at that point. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Okay, so once again, I'm a man. I don't know everything about this, but I can tell you, you get my point, right? For most people, 15 weeks should be enough.
I knew the day I was pregnant with both kids.
That's because I have super sperm.
No, it's because I just knew.
One shot, kid. 3 years later, one shot, kid. I think it's about time you stop giving credit to your super fertility and start giving credit. Give a little bit of credit to super sperm here.
Yeah, I give you credit for getting pregnant the first time, but
I didn't get pregnant. You did. I can't get pregnant. I'm a man.
For getting me pregnant the first time. But I don't give you credit for knowing that I was pregnant on the first day because you didn't know I was pregnant on the first day.
No, I didn't.
I did.
Well, of course you did because it's your body.
So.
I knew it was a baby shot though. Like I loaded baby shot in that barrel. I knew that for sure. Okay. Let's go on quick commercial.
Okay.
We'll have that guy call us.
Okay.
We'll come back because we need to hit goal, folks. You can go to thedumbshow.com/donate. $61.10 is where we're at. We're trying to hit a goal of 300 tonight. We appreciate how many people we have on. We have 320 people on. And we've got a lot to talk about. We're going to have a good show after this. So hang with us. We're going to do a quick commercial. Don't leave. We're going to be back in 3 minutes. This is a good pee break. Okay. I'm not even going to address it. Okay, here we go. We'll be right back. Hang tight. Don't leave. We're coming right back. Just 3 minute pee break. Where'd it go?
Computer.
Where'd it go?
Hi, I'm Olivia Spear, host of The Dumb Show. For 3.5 years, we never asked for donations, but after Facebook demonetized us for speaking the truth, we've had to turn...
Jennifer, that's crazy. And like I said, there are exceptions. That's insane. Good for you all.
To the one thing big tech can't cancel, you.
I'm Hayden, Matt and Olivia's daughter. This show's never chased sponsors or sold out. We've built something honest, and it's thanks to you.
I'm Ethan, their son. Every share, every dollar, every message, you're the reason we can keep calling out the BS and bringing color back to the world going gray.
If you want to help, we take PayPal, Venmo, or snail mail. You can send it to P.O. Box 2, Round Hill, Virginia 20142.
Can't donate? No problem. Just share the show with someone who needs to hear it.
Thanks for helping us stay loud, proud, and completely uncensored. You can donate at thedumbshow.com/donate.
You know what happens when you turn the dial harder? You can make a harder grimace. The harder you grimace, the more effective it is.
You tighten it so freaking... I can't do it. I can't untighten it.
That's what she said.
That's what she's... Oof. Oof. Coming in with it. Pound it. Pound it. Pound.
Child gets 15.
Ethan, you look like a hippie.
Totally tubular.
You know this is recording, right?
Okay, let's go. Smile. Donate. Don't start with me. Donations. Every time you don't smile, I'm going to punch you in the ribs. Donations. Take one. Scene one. Ready. Set. Ethan.
Break.
Ready. Don't screw it up.
Okay.
Ethan, don't mess this up. Ready. Set. Action. No. Whoa. Director calls action, not some stupid toddler.
But we've built something.
There's no but there. Why do you've been doing this since you were 2 years old. Try it again.
Just share the show with someone who needs to hear it.
He's so much better than you at everything.
It's better than
Hayden, he's just like, even, it's just, go ahead, Hayden.
Thanks for helping us stay loud, proud, and completely uncensored.
That's a wrap. Well done, Spear family. I bet we make no money.
But I'm going to owe them money without.
Hayden, do your thing again.
Oh, yeah, cut it.
Baby shark, doo 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 doo.
Yes, thank you so much, everybody. Sorry, I was typing with my new birth control glasses, and oh gosh, those are horrible. These things. My name's Ed Funk. Go ahead.
All right, before we go any further, I want to give a call out to Gregory Harrison.
Gregory Harrison.
And he sent us a book.
Ooh.
It's called The Final Countdown, Planet Earth. Something tells me you will read this in about 15 minutes.
15. It's like 12. It's like 50 pages. And it's big print. Let me see that. Give me that.
86 to be exact.
Yeah.
With a note. It says, Matt and Olivia hope this book makes it just a little book for the journey. Matt, thank you for your show. God bless Gregory Harrison, my Zionist brother.
I will read this fairly quickly, but
yes.
I will absorb. Sorry, I've got a dork. Oh, these people, just ChatGPT people. It's hold on, I got to do this.
Okay.
Is that guy calling?
I don't know. I sent the number. We'll see.
Okay. I just got to finish writing this. Oh my God. This guy wrote like literally. Oof. Let's see. Nice try, but used through a tantrum disguise as a legal lecture. Roe v. Wade was never grounded in the Constitution. The Supreme Court invented a right that does not exist. It's not privacy. It's judicial activism.
Is it windy out there? It sounds
You're
like
lodging
the flag is moving. Mr. Lee Wilson, a.k.a. The Good, Bad, and Ugly on YouTube. Keep up the good work. God bless. Thank you so much. Appreciate the $5.
$5. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Sorry about the waste. Elizabeth, I don't know where you get the fact that you think that this show is against SNAP and EBT and welfare for recipients. I don't know where you've come up with this. Demanding people to work who are capable of working immediately exonerates anyone who's working or anyone who can't work. So the disabled or children or the elderly who functionally served in the workforce and are now retired and contributed, those people aren't expected to work. And if my whole point is you need to work and you already work, then you're completely removed from the equation. There's nobody here who thinks that benefits for people who are in need are a bad thing. What we're saying is the lazy people who work under the table, who don't pay their taxes, who work jobs just enough to get by to meet the qualifications of getting money, and elicit under nefarious purposes way to get money, or use those monies from the government to enrich themselves through the black market and using those benefits for their own personal gain. Those are the people who we have problems with. I don't know why you keep railing against this. You're in the wrong site. John, you can donate anything you want. I just wouldn't piss Olivia off. That's all. As far as when does life begin was the question. Life begins at conception. I think you have another question. And there are plenty of arguments out there. People want to go ahead and bring in IVF. They want to bring in what a zygote is. They want to talk about an ectopic pregnancy. These are all abnormalities. They are all things that are completely minuscule percentages that are not the norm. And I will not entertain in a theological or a scientific conversation misnomer and outliers. Just won't do it. We all know when life begins. You can have a cake, you put in the eggs, you put in the flour, you put in the oil, you put in the sugar, and you put in your half a teaspoon of sour cream to make sure it's moist, and then you whip it all up. And you grease your pan and flour your pan and pour it into the pan and shake out all the air bubbles. And if you put it in the oven and you preheat and you turn the oven on and you put it in for the right amount of time, in the end, you're going to have a cake. So when did conception of the cake begin? Was it when it was an egg or flour or oil? No. It's not a sperm. It's not an unfertilized egg. It's when you go through the process of having intercourse with a fertile male and a fertile female, and the egg is fertilized, and when that singular sperm wins the race above all others, and it's a winner, we're all winners, we were all the first sperm. So nobody's a loser in my book. And that life-giving spark takes place, and that reaction, there's life. That's it. And most of the scientific community who's not being paid by Planned Parenthood will tell you the same thing. Okay? Good. Good conversation. I don't know what that means. I was just wondering if we were 9 or so months older. I don't know what that means.
People have argued that if life
like
begins
the
at
Japanese
conception, that you should be, when you're born, you should already be 9 months old.
Yeah, as some Asian cultures do, yes.
Yeah, Koreans, when you're born, you're one.
At a 1 year, at a 1 year, Japanese used to do that. But yes, I completely agree. I believe that you should come out of the womb at 9 months. Yeah. The problem is it makes it very hard for birthdays.
Because not a lot of people know when they conceive their children.
Yeah.
I do.
But life is not indicative of birthday. Life is 365 days of a calendar year passing since your birth.
That's what a birthday is.
So
that's why it's called a birthday, not a conception day.
Should you? No. But calculated based upon longevity of life? Yes. Of course. But for your birthday? No. Because that's not what a birthday is. A birthday is when you gave birth. And whether it was C-section or premature or whether a vaginal birth that happened completely naturally and organically, it's still your birthday. And 365 days passes and you're recognized for that birthday. That's my thoughts. John, I see you trying. I see you trying. You're not a bad guy. The Jew topic, I don't like it. My grandmother fled Nazi Germany. So it's a little sensitive for me. Okay? Just a little sensitive. And then I've also got a Nazi in the family too. A pretty prolific one. So it's a little bit of a thing for me. That I don't appreciate, because the whole anti-Israel thing is not about Netanyahu. We're going to prove that tonight. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show you that Candace Owens is an absolute anti-Semite. She doesn't hate Israel. She fucking hates Jews. She hates everything about Jews. And just like Nick Fuentes, and just like Tucker Carlson, and just like Stu Peters, they hate Jews. They think they're dirty. They think they are completely abominations. They think that they repudiate Christ. And they may repudiate Christ. But if you read the Bible, it says very clearly that the Jews will come back home to Christ. I can't stand people that say, oh, I just don't like their government. Because what's funny is now that they're not talking about the government, they're talking about Scott Pressler, who is rounding up groups of Jewish youth in Pennsylvania who are voting, and Candace Owens is making comments about how Scott Pressler is getting his $7,000 and brokering off Jews to vote. Since when does the GOP have a problem with people voting for our party? You know what I mean? I'm sick of it. I'm done. So, you know, that might have been Wimkin for you, a place where you can just say whatever you want. You can say what you want, but we just don't have to listen to it, dude. So, as far as unbanning you, I really want to, but it's funny is that when I told you I was going to, you start spamming dollar messages, and Olivia just got pissed and got sick of you. And, you know, and by the way, just to let you know, and this really isn't about the money, because I don't care. I really don't care about $5, and I'll be happy to give it back to you. But every time you donate $1, PayPal takes 56 cents of that, because their transaction fee doesn't go up based on dollars. They have a minimum. So it's like 43 cents. And that's great. And that's nice. But if you truly were trying to help the dumb show, just make a donation, right? Make a donation. And if you want to say something genuine to the conversation. But I'm not going to allow people to bash on Jews. I'm not going to allow people to bash on Muslims. I'm not going to allow people to bash on people who are homosexuals or anybody. I'm just not going to listen to it. And that can be your opinion. I just don't have to listen to it. That's my opinion. Okay, good.
Dawn Bradley got her new Freedom hoodie today.
How is it?
She got a compliment while wearing it out for dinner.
A lot of people like it. A lot of people say it looks good. Some people say it's the best ever. And John, if you don't know me by now, if you can't see who I am, you've also told me to repent and my ego and all that stuff. Did you even see me with a pastor? You did. And that's when I saw a change in you. I think you know I'm pretty genuine. And you keep coming back. So if you just want to let bygones be bygones, I'll be happy to do that. If you want to pick an account, a real account, the account that you want unbanned, one account, give me the name, how you spell it exactly, or at least send me a message on it, whatever, so I can identify it. But once I have you blocked, bro, I can't just fish your account out of anywhere because it's blocked. I can't even see it. So send Olivia and I an email, spell out the account exactly, or just copy the link, type in your account that you want, copy the URL, and send me the URL, and we'll find a way to unblock you. Otherwise, that's it. Okay, I've insulted you from the day one. See, there we go. Dude, I'm done.
You're trying. Good. I appreciate it.
Okay, then stop. Know when somebody... Take yes for an answer, man. Take yes for an answer. You attacked Jews on my channel. I didn't like it. That's it. End of conversation, bro. You don't like me. I don't like you. I'm trying, but I'm not going to dedicate my whole show to you. Here is a video. Is that where we're at? We haven't had one donation?
Yep.
Holy shit. We got to go.
Yeah. So I just found out about this tonight, and I thought it was interesting. So I haven't really had a chance to do a lot of research into this. But it happened in Virginia, in Norfolk. And I guess 2 years ago, a 6-year-old brought a gun to school and shot his teacher.
Yeah.
Got shot in the chest and in the hand, and that's her on the bottom, so she survived. But she is suing the school and the former assistant principal for $40 million because she is saying that not enough was done to protect her, because apparently she's saying that she mentioned it to several people and the assistant principal and said, I think he's got a weapon. I think something's, and she feels like it was ignored.
Okay.
And when I think when you say, I think a child in my classroom has a weapon and he's been saying things and acting a little off, if that child doesn't get pulled out of class,
right,
and get searched,
at least a conversation,
pull the backpack, check in his desk, a 6-year-old, it was a 9mm that he brought. He's not going to be able to hide that.
Let's watch the video and then comment, because then we don't have anything to talk about after the video.
Yeah.
So set it up. Let's watch it and then give us the opinion. Let everyone else, kind of absorb it, because you're fired up about it and that's good. And I want you to be. So let's talk about it. Also, Walter got something in.
You're the third in command of that school, correct?
Not really.
Absent.
I am not an administrator. I am a teacher.
You're the third in command of that school, correct?
Not really. Absent. I am not an administrator. I am a teacher with a specialized degree and certification in reading.
You're also not a 6-year-old child.
No, not at this time.
Don't elementary school teachers, aren't they in and out of school bags all the time?
Correct.
Right? That's pretty routine.
Again, we did not, knowing JT, his behavior, his actions, and the other children being in the room, I was not going to cause hysteria. I did what I did. I sat there trying to help him based on that relationship, and then I went and reported. And I can't help what somebody else did not do.
You're the third in command of...
All right, so this happened in Newport News.
Yeah.
So this is our home.
Yeah.
So what? Help me understand. Hold on. I gotta ask a question.
You're questioning.
Elementary teachers go through bags of younger kids all the time, and even in middle school. High school, they get a little bit more leniency, but even then they can do it. It's on school property. They don't need a warrant. There's no rights of privacy for any child at school in any way, shape, or form. So they can go through a bag. So this kid was how old? 6?
6.
And who's this? Is this years ago this happened? Because she looks old.
2 years ago.
How old is this young girl here? Who
That's
is
the
she?
teacher that got shot.
Okay, okay, good. Now we're helping. So that's an administrator. She's third in command in the school. So she's like an assistant vice principal or assistant administrator, whatever. That young girl is a teacher. She got shot by this boy. She went to this administrator and said, this boy is doing what?
That he's acting strangely. I think he has a weapon, blah, 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 blah. And nothing was done. So it's like I said, I haven't had a chance to do a lot of research. But
you're doing great. Go on with your opinion.
But I guess what's happening is the mom of the little boy is already serving 2 years, a 2-year sentence for child neglect because it was her gun.
Oh.
So he grabbed his mom's gun and brought it. So she's already in jail. Also, the former assistant principal this is the civil trial for the lawsuit against the school district. And okay.
Go, just do it quick. I'll do it.
Got it. So the former assistant principal, she's being sued as well as the school by the teacher that got shot.
And she's suing for how much?
$40 million.
Where, was she shot?
She was shot in the chest and the hand.
Oh my God. So she almost died.
Yeah, she's had several surgeries done on her hand. Her hand will never be the same. I guess she's got severe anxiety and PTSD. She has a twin sister. And the twin sister is...
Twin sister. Sorry, Darth Vader.
Her twin sister went on the stand saying that, she's not the same person that she was. I mean, anyone who's a teacher loves children and loves to be around children. No, I didn't.
Okay.
And so she's probably terrified to go back into a classroom. I would be. But I guess that the former assistant principal is also being charged with 8 counts of child neglect criminally. And the state is bringing that. That trial is not starting until after the civil trial is over.
Well, right.
Which is interesting because normally it's criminal.
Well, depending upon the preponderance of evidence, depending upon the investigation, because you don't need, you can sue civilly without criminal malfeasance. All you have to show is in a civil court without the preponderance of evidence, personal liability. So a little bit different, but you're right. Most criminal happen and then civil is done afterwards. That's crazy. Well, good for her. I hope she wins. $40 million. She's not going to get it, but I hope she gets something close.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, needs something because she can't
work.
Nope.
That is from Angela Hillis, $25. Angela Hills.
Hills.
I don't always say Hillis. I'm sorry, Angela. I know you've been here forever. Hope this helps. It does, Angela, and we love you for it. Thank you, sister. Here is a comment by Brandon Tatum, 103.48. Thank you, Mel. We love you. I already know that's you. Yep. Go to goal small donations. Yes, we would love that. We would appreciate it. In fact, we're going to go ahead and put up the clock for donations. Goal is at 29 minutes. So we'd love to hit it. $3 or $300. Not too difficult. 205. Melanie Marino, $10.80 and $95 away. By the way, likes, if you can't donate, thanks for the show. See you tomorrow. Fever and strep kicking my butt. Get some sleep.
Get some rest.
If you haven't had a chance to like the show, that's to us, that's good as a donation. Just hit a like on Facebook, on Rumble, wherever you're at. We would appreciate it. Dawn is a grandma. That's great. Good. Let's go.
It's just run out. She's going to be a grandma.
Oh, going to be a grandma. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I thought it said is being a grandma. Is
no,
great.
It's
I see what
first
you said.
daughter and husband.
Let me do this. Paul Rivera, great show as always. Get on it, dummies. Amy is not here. Ha 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 ha. Is that his wife?
I don't know.
Amy is not here. Oh, Amy. Oh, yeah. He was trying to say. Jeffrey Styles donated $5 for Super Chat. Thank you so much, Jeffrey. That's awesome. Okay. Let's go ahead. Brandon Tatum had something to say. It's interesting. There's a whole bunch going on. Tucker Carlson platformed Nick Fuentes. I've got some opinions on this. Brandon Tatum has some opinions on this. Here's Brandon Tatum. Then we'll do Ben Shapiro's. And my take is probably going to surprise you. We shall see. Oh my God, I got a little dollar sign right down here. What is that? Get that up. Yeah. So I was like, what the hell is on my shirt? Here it is. Little bit of eye strain with the contacts, honestly, but I think I'm getting used to the contacts.
Yeah, you need to try it for a few
They're very
days.
clear though, man. I'm very impressed. And they're not bothering me yet.
Good.
So, all right, here's the video. Take a listen to this.
They run America. Do you know how stupid you have to be to think that Jews are Netanyahu runs dumb?
No, a glam ma.
That's awesome.
Is that what we're saying?
I don't know. That's her, but that's awesome.
Don, whatever it is, congratulations. I don't care. I love your hoodie. And if you're going to be a grandmother, that's great. And if you want to be a glam ma, you already look it. You look smoking hot. There, see? I said it.
Donald Trump. I'm just being serious. Donald Trump don't run Donald Trump, right? I mean, his compulsions overtake him in a lot of times. So why would he listen to Ben?
Our Amy is good. Amy's at school. So she's probably going to be gone for almost a month. She is just doing so much schoolwork. So it's crazy. I know.
Benjamin Netanyahu. Donald Trump is the most stubborn person. Everybody knows that. Benjamin Netanyahu says, I don't run Donald Trump. Donald Trump made him turn the jets around in Iran. He said they don't know what the F they're doing in front of the world.
Yeah.
He said, turn the jets around and land them because they were going to go do another strike, a retaliatory strike on Iran. They listened to Trump and landed the things. You know, like, to think that they run America is crazy. We run Israel. I don't know how people don't get this. Without military aid from America, Israel would be no more. Without the support of Big Brother, people would be trying them every day. Hamas, you go to Syria and Hezbollah and Houthis. They would try them more if we weren't backing them, because we will wipe these people's countries off the map if they attack Israel, and they know it. All of that funding militarily comes from America. All the technology. If they didn't have America, what would they have?
How can we do this for you? Because America is the most powerful country in the world. And the reason every country in the world lobbies America is they want your help slightly to nudge you in the direction of helping them, because you're the most powerful country. The idea that like Donald Trump is run by it's crazy.
The little country, that little bitty country on that map, the little bitty place. They run America. So America is the most powerful and probably one of the most corrupt governments out there. We start wars, we do proxy wars, we overthrow governments, we do all kind of stuff. So for somebody to be kind of acting like Israel is just this sophisticated little group of people and they come out manipulating big bad America, that's insane. America do whatever America want to do.
All right. So there's a whole bunch to unpack. There are several things when you say Israel runs America. The question would have to be, which part? Is it economic? Is it the military? Is it geopolitics? What is it about Israel that makes people think that it controls the United States? And most people will tell you that it's AIPAC. But what a lot of people don't know, and in fact, this is the problem with Nick Fuentes and all these guys, is that they are already registered with a government agency for oversight on their investment, but it's not a foreign entity. It's a U.S.-based company. And just as much as the NRA or Planned Parenthood or Energy and Oil or any of the other forms of PACs out there, they don't have to register with NARA because they're not a foreign government. Or FARA, sorry, not the National Archives, FARA. And that is the issue. So when Marjorie Taylor Greene, Jewish space lasers chick, walks up there, she doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. As far as the rest, if anyone has a legitimate question, not some statement with a question mark at the end of it, literally trying to get their opinion out there, but if you have a question where it's actually presented in a way where you're trying to understand something, I'll be more than happy to answer it, but I'm not going to sit here and see. This is the problem with you, John, is you're not asking a question. Your taxes is not a complete sentence. Send funds for war is not a complete sentence. It doesn't have a subject. So if you have a complete sentence with a question on it, not just random words with a question mark, I'll be happy to answer you. I don't want you to call me. I want you to start off with a question, and then maybe I'll entertain it. Because if you want to graduate to phone calls, we're going to have to do a little work on just basic communication skills. Here is Ben Shapiro. And this is a little long, but this is Ben Shapiro's take.
Tucker Carlson
on Nick Fuentes. And I want to be clear. You know Nick Fuentes, Tucker Carlson had him on, right?
Yes.
Your thoughts on that? You think that's, what do you thought? What do you think? Because I know you don't dislike Nick Fuentes.
To be honest, why not? Right. I mean, Nick is a public figure. He's a public figure. I mean,
that's right.
Why not? Why is everyone throwing such fit and making it such a big deal?
Because Nick Fuentes is an absolute 100% racist dick. He just is.
Mm-hmm.
He's also extremely hilarious and honest and funny how he presents his racism and his theological superiority and his fake Christianism and all the other things that he does in Christianity. Excuse me, not Christianism. Christianity, I misspoke. That is why. And Tucker is supposed to be this giant platform, and because Tucker gave him air, it propels him. Well, let me explain something. Nick Fuentes has already arrived. He already has millions of followers. He is there. And Tucker Carlson platforming him doesn't really make him any more prominent or mainstream. It's going to make more people hate him and more people love him. And in the end, that's inevitable. Because Nick is very good at presenting himself, and he markets himself extremely well. And he plays the victim in an excellent fashion, and nobody else does it quite like him in his area and his niche. which is I am a victim who everyone's been trying to cancel. The Jews hate me, and Ben Shapiro has tried to destroy me, and he plays the victim very, very well. We have a phone call, but I'm not going to answer a phone call yet. Nick is just good at what he does. I actually like Nick Fuentes. I don't like everything Nick Fuentes says. In fact, there's hardly anything we agree upon. I think he is a surface level thinker. And when he doesn't lead with his affable side, which he can be extremely charming and very affable. And when he tries to make a point, and if you don't give him a response that he respects, he'll treat you like a complete douche. He is not a garbage in, garbage out guy. He leads with what he considers to be respect. And if you don't reciprocate that level of respect, then he is going to try to destroy you with ad hominem and everything else. And he'll try to insult you. He'll talk about your mother. He'll do whatever he can. He'll try to, call you a Jew or whatever, and he'll demean you. To me, if you're insecure, Nick owns you, and Nick destroys people who are insecure. I would love Nick to try to do that with me, because I won't accept his premises. And Patrick Bet David showed you how to handle Nick Fuentes, and that is just don't let him irritate you. But Nick is he's not the devil. He is a very opinionated little shit who latched onto some ideas, and I don't believe that he believes half of what he says. I believe that he is 100% American first, which I agree with him. He is 100% anti-Israel. He is anti-everybody in word, but not in actions. Like, he doesn't rail against Qatar like he rails against Israel. He'll say, I'm America first. I don't want Israel or Qatar or anybody. Yeah, but you don't sit there and literally make every single show about Qatarians. You don't make every single show about Mormons. You go after Jews, and you go after blacks, and you go after women. And the thing is that one of these days, Nick Fuentes is going to run into a woman who is going to rock his world, and I can't wait for it, because the person that comes out on the other end is going to be a good human being. I believe that. And as Patrick Bet David looks at him, he sees the future in Nick, and I see the future. Not a future for Republicans and conservatives, but a future of him actually making a very important contribution to society like Bill Maher does. Bill Maher was just as impetuous, was just a druggy, greaseball, liberal jerk-off who figured out how to present his opinions without shitting on everyone else. One of these days, Nick will figure that out. And when he does, he's going to be extremely potent. He'll never be the president. He'll never run for office. He'll never be successful in that. Just like David Duke won't, until he stops being a complete abhorrent, petulant turd. Go ahead.
Evelyn had a good comment. She said, in order to be popular, you actually have to say things that provoke people.
Isaac, I'll call you back. You call me now. Go ahead. What was it?
In order to be popular, you actually have to say things that provoke people.
Right. Not just provoke, but provoke a response, right? And that response, depending upon how you present, whether you influence and win over people or you turn people off and they hate you, that provocation or provocation can be either good or bad. So I agree with you. People have to like you in order to change their mind. Isaac, I'm ready for your call. I want to talk to you about this. Sorry. And then I want to bounce this Ben Shapiro thing off you. So, Isaac, if you want to dial in again, go ahead. People are like, I don't like his voice. That doesn't bother me. You know what I mean?
Who, Nick's?
Yeah.
I don't like Ben's.
Brad, welcome. Nice to see you, buddy. Ben's bothers me too. Sandra Edwards, $5. Isaac is on the phone. He's got some opinions about Nick Fuentes. Isaac, I'd love to hear him. Go ahead.
Hey, Matt. Hey, Olivia.
Hey, buddy.
I'm glad I caught you guys' show. Thank you for putting this on.
Of course, Bubba.
Yeah, my problem with Nick Fuentes is, he's never been my guy. There's a lot of stuff I don't agree with him with, and I
They
gotta
run America.
echo what you said.
Do you know how stupid you have to be?
Hold on.
Tucker Carlson
Hold on.
decided, and it was
Something's
important.
running.
I don't know where that came
Whoa,
from.
that
Go
was
ahead,
out of the
Isaac.
blue.
Isaac, take it back 10 seconds. Isaac, can you hear me?
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, perfect. All right. So
10 seconds back, and you'll be okay.
All right, sweet. So my problem with Nick Fuentes is, it's like he's never been my guy. I don't like him. And you said something earlier, which I want to echo and kind of dovetail off of. He's attached himself to a couple of ideas, but people are running with it. I don't like the fact that Patrick Bet-David platformed him.
Really?
Or that Tucker's. Well, okay. So what did he add to the argument? I mean, I'm not saying don't platform him. I'm saying I'm just not happy with the fact that they're giving him credence, and I don't think he's earned it. Because he's controversial, because he makes a racket and he's latched onto something. There's a lot of content creators. They're going to have him on the show for not only the infamy of it, but just the notoriety of it. Whether it gives credence to someone who, in my view, is kind of an a-hole. He's a D-bag.
He is.
And the guy's, he's basically a troll. He goes after people. He says things that are they're not helpful. They're not kind. And because someone has a gripe with something that they happen to agree with them, then they want to platform him. The guy's not. If you want to bring down the temperature of the country, he's not the guy you go to.
I agree. I agree.
And so, Patrick Bet-David, he has he has something within himself, which I will listen to at times. Like, I understand he'll come by something by a purely dispassionate way of thinking or business, or he goes, hey, no, I'm only worried about this. I'm not worried about that. And you can understand his thought process as he comes out to the end. Like, he'll give an example and he'll question your ideology or your thought process on something. He'll strain it for like a proof, and it's funny. Every time I see Nick Fuentes, I go, man, why are we paying attention to this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have 3 daughters, 15, 16, and 20 now, and I'll be damned if I let someone like him influence my daughters. Not saying he's their target demographic, but
women are definitely not to insult and to berate, but that's about it. Yeah. He doesn't respect women at all.
And there are a lot of strong opinions out there when it comes to stuff like foreign policy. What do we do with Israel? What do we do with Palestine?
Right.
What do we do with Qatar? What do we, I understand that. I understand that you're going to have strong opinions. I feel because he is who he is and he's taken the lumps in the past, he just takes it on the chin and he acts like it doesn't affect him, that he gets kind of a pass now on some of his more terrible ideas.
Yeah. Listen, Isaac, there's so much there that I agree with. And not to be contrarian, just to do it. I don't disagree with a lot of the things except for not platforming him. And here's why. Well, let me just respond, and then you can respond to me, and then we can go from there, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to bring it back to the Bible. And when we speak of the devil, when we speak of Satan, Lucifer, Beelzebub, or the Dark Prince, or however you want to go ahead and what moniker you want to slap upon him, do you believe that gives him power, saying his name, like Voldemort or something from Harry Potter? When we simply speak upon him and we entertain his comments, do you believe that is giving him praise or giving him a platform to influence others, even if our speech is condemnation or our actions demonstrate the condemnation of his comments?
I am torn on that. I grew up in a Pentecostal household.
Okay.
Where evangelism, was a big thing, and they cut things out of people's vocabulary, and we don't speak about certain this. And as I got older, and I got more understanding, you have to bring up the subjects that make you upset,
right?
If you're going to understand them.
That's correct.
And so, and to that point, I understand that part of your argument right now. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying I'm not saying bar him, but I'm just not happy with the fact that he's been getting so much playtime for being who he is, for being a troll. It's like, if that's the case, then let's go. It's like the Kardashian thing. It's terrible actions, but we're going to give him notoriety. The Paris Hilton, when she was going through her infamy, we have a problem as a society where we platform these people that are going through maybe the lowest point in their lives. They just don't realize it yet, or they're still going to need to have some reasoning, some soul searching. But we're going to go and platform them and give them 15 minutes of fame.
Now, here's a good point.
Yeah.
And the comment is, does Kim Kardashian hold any value? Does Paris Hilton hold value? And I think, although there is a very high level of materialism there, I think you can look at criminal reform that Kim Kardashian pushed. That was positive. I think you can look at Paris Hilton and the donations that she's made to cerebral palsy and even the Dumb Friends League and other things. She's done some amazing contributional and philanthropic work. So there is value there. Now, does Nick Fuentes hold value? And I would say, with no equivocation, the answer is very little to none. He does no philanthropic work. Yeah. He has no charitable contributions to speak of. He's self-centered. He's egotistical. He is maniacal in the way that he presents himself. I believe he thinks he's a false prophet. He speaks with forked tongues. I believe he manipulates and cajoles to control people. He is degrading. All of those things are 100% true about Nick, but Nick also has something that needs to be addressed, which is a very large following because of all of those things I just mentioned. And that most assuredly is somebody who is preaching things that are designed to lessen people's spirituality and soul. I think he is almost an antichrist type figure. Mm. And I would put him on the same level as Pol Pot and Che Guevara and Marxist-Leninists and Stalin and Mussolini and people of that, and even Adolf Hitler. Now, not because of the sheer scope of things, but because of his practical, charismatic narcissism. It's addictive. I find myself stopping and watching and listening just because it's Nick Fuentes, and I just want to know what he's going to say next. That is a dangerous power to yield, and I believe people like PPD who platform him and people like Ben Shapiro who talk about him are trying to give you and juxtapose a antithetical antidote to his venom and toxicity. And I think people like Ben and people like PPD are trying to get, Ben's trying to destroy him. PPD is trying to platform to get through to him because he sees what I see. I think there's something in Nick that is inherently good. I believe that. I just don't think he's even remotely close to it. But there will come a time when his fantasy will meet reality. And you know that kid is going to get crushed by the weight of his ignorance at some point in his life, and he will come out different for it. We've all went through it. I was ignorant as a kid. You were ignorant as a kid. We've all been that way. And I think we've seen this kid grow up and have a massive platform, and we haven't seen the chrysalis of the caterpillar turn into the butterfly. That will happen. But we also may have a cherub of satanic design too when he comes out. I don't know. But there's something else with Nick Fuentes that I believe will happen. I just don't know what that would look like. And I think he needs guidance, and he needs father-like figures, and he needs someone to influence him, because he's doing some very dangerous and damaging shit that another person did as an Austrian born in Nazi Germany in the 30s that literally almost wiped out an entire group of people. And his type of speech and rhetoric is very similar to Adolf Hitler.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a long answer.
No. I totally understand where you're coming from. My issue with him, like I said, and not to beat a dead horse or anything like that, I love horses.
Yeah.
Is, again, it's by talking about him, and I understand we just talked about it, about talking about something we don't like to feather out the truth. When he speaks, is he being an honest debater? Is he coming to the conversation?
Yes.
So,
I do.
Okay.
Let me just jump on that. I believe that Nick Fuentes believes what he's saying when he is being his most authentic self, which is out of his environment, in that 1970s porn stash, cityscape background, and wood paneling in his little hole. I think when he gets out of his comfort zone, he is at his best. Go ahead.
And I can understand this. So you feel he has no cognitive dissonance.
Yeah.
So everything he's saying, he's a believer in his own right.
When he is out and about on other people's shows, the best way I can describe it. Are you a hockey guy?
Yeah.
You want Marty McSorley on your team, but you can't fucking stand him when he's not.
Yeah.
Nick Fuentes, when he's on your team and he comes into your house, he's actually really good. I've seen him on pretty much every show outside of his, even on, predominantly black shows or Byron's show or whatever. And he changes. And he's like Sean Hannity. Sean Hannity is a complete douche on Fox, but on his radio show, he is affable and kind and loving and a Christian. And Sean Hannity's ridiculous. His radio show is fantastic. He is just a complete douche on Fox. So I think Nick changes for his audience because I believe he had good upbringing. I think he had something else other than this person we see. But when he's on his home court, he's just a shit stirrer. I mean, he talks about women want me to rape them. He just says some just off the wall shit. And you're just like, this is for ratings. It has to be, because I've seen another version of you, which is more authentic versus this inauthentic clown that you present yourself as when you're on your home court. Go ahead, Isaac. We'll wrap this up in just a second, but you get last word. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I mean, I'll agree with you. You'd want him on your bench. He's just an effective human being and what he decides he's going to do. I'll grant you that. I don't have any contestation on that one. It just, my thing is, okay, so, imagine a politician that you hate, and then you have another one who's the juxtaposition. Could you imagine him going into politics in the sense where he's going to hold office?
He won't win.
He'll
never win. Just the reason why Nick won't win is because Nick doesn't have a platform that isn't strictly based on Nick.
Yeah.
People don't vote for politicians for who they are. They vote for politicians for who they promise to be. And Nick has never made a promise that's altruistic in his life that he's kept, that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That's my thought on that. He's a David Duke. He's going to have, he'll cap. I mean, David Duke had 2 million supporters. He just, it's not enough to win. And you think he's going to run in Chicago? Give me a break.
No, I don't want him to either.
No, he can. He's just not going to win. I mean, what's he going to run on? You can't just win with white people.
He could probably run against Mayor Johnson and get pretty close.
I don't know that they had Lightfoot, and you saw what happened. They didn't learn from that. Liv, any thoughts on this? Because I'm sorry that we're so deep down the rabbit hole, but I just, your thoughts? You got anything on this?
I don't know him that well.
Yeah.
So I don't. So I really don't have an opinion on him. I only know him by the snippets that we watch on the show. I've never watched him out of this show.
Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play Crowder because I'm not going to play Shapiro, because you know what Shapiro's going to say. Israel's our friend. You know, we love Israel. We care about Israel. You know, Israel is not evil. You know, and so if Nick Fuentes is absolutely anti-super Zionism, then Ben Shapiro is absolutely pro-super Zionism. So I don't agree with Ben Shapiro's position, and I don't agree with Nick's position. I think that we use Israel to our advantage as often as we can, and we treat Jews with love and respect. That's my position. Ben Shapiro is Israel first, and Nick Fuentes is America first and everyone else last. And I'm not, America first doesn't mean screw over all possibilities of advantageous relationships around the world. That's not what America first means. We should put America's interests first, and Israel is America's interest right now in the Middle East, and it should remain that way. And we should protect the Jews at home and abroad as often as we can, because they are the only bastion of Western civilization in the Middle East. And if that falls, you're talking about something completely different when Europe is about to fall to Muslim superiority, because it's happening all over Europe. Isaac,
we're watching it in real time.
That was a great call. Good job, buddy.
Thank you,
I
Isaac.
really enjoyed it. Thank you, Bum. Talk to you.
And I like talking to you guys too. You guys have a great night.
Yeah, anytime you want to call. See you, buddy. Here's Crowder, who I love. I love Crowder. Looks like Bobby has made a donation. Bobby, $21.10.
Nope,
Oh, CJ,
Jane.
I'm sorry. Thinking of Miss Olivia tonight making chicken pot pie. Ooh.
Should have worn my pot pie shirt.
You should just wear pot pie. That'd be good. Here is Crowder. And I want to play this real quick. And if you want to throw that in there, we can. Miss Bobby, $21.10. Love you guys. We love you too, Bob.
Thank you.
277.58. We got another call. We'll take it real quick. Hey, caller, where are you from? What do you want to talk about?
It's, do you remember Lawrence?
Hey, Lawrence.
Hi, Lawrence. How are you?
Hey, guys. How you guys doing?
I'm good, man. It's been a while. It's good to hear from you.
I know. And I saw you were live and finally got a chance to. I know you're not doing calls right now. I don't mean to take up too much of your time.
No, you got it, man. Take a couple minutes and what's up? It's good to hear from you. What's going on, man?
So yeah, no. Likewise. First of all, this Nick Fuentes thing. I think you just gave one of the most well thought out takes on the situation and on the way that Nick thinks. I just really appreciate the way that you guys have been. You covered it, I guess. I don't know. I actually literally just got done doing like a quasi debate, like on an open panel, like whatever that I agreed to, with a couple of gripers. And do you like interact with these people? Do you ever see how these like young Nick Fuentes fans actually like engage with people?
Well, you got to remember, dude, Beardson and the gripers, they rated our chat for a better part of 3.5, 4 months, and tried to make our life miserable. And honestly, I debated Beardson live, and he's never ever he won't even come into my orbit, because he had no power, nothing. They tried to call me a Jew lover, they tried to insult my mother, they tried to insult my wife, and I would not bite. And then I started pulling up receipts of them threatening to rape my wife in front of me while they cut my daughter's head off.
Lovely.
And I showed them these receipts.
So, okay, so you're not a big fan of them either.
No. It's not about being a fan. It's that they hold no power. They hold no power over me.
Okay, no, that's fair. I don't. So, okay. And like I said, I'm not going to take up a ton of your time. I just want to say that I appreciate the way that you guys go about business. Obviously, I called in a couple times. This is a while ago, but I took it upon myself because you said one day. Obviously, I'm still pretty liberal, I'll be honest with you. But you said on one of our calls, you're like, I think that we can turn you conservative. And I agree with you, honestly. I think it is definitely possible. And so I have been spending a lot of time in conservative spaces, reading conservative news and trying to get out of the echo chamber.
Good for you.
You know what I'm saying?
Good for you.
Yeah, no, good for me indeed. I'm loving it. I think it's been a good journey because there have been some things. I guess my point is that whenever we've talked before, you guys, you always back it up with something. May not be something that I agree with, but you always have some reasoning for your opinion, right? And I really appreciate that. And well spoken, and the topics are nice, and you guys are just respectful people, so I appreciate that.
Lawrence, you
so,
become one of my favorite people, man. I really, and it's not about you being a conservative, right? It has nothing to do with it. It has to do with that you're different than me, and you're okay with that. That to me is better than you becoming a conservative. And you recognize that I don't judge you for who you are. I judge you based upon, I guess this is the way I could say it, is I judge people based on who they can be. And I hear people and I see people, and I only collect and associate with people who I could see myself working for. And if I don't see that, I don't give you the time of day. I just don't. And you've got to earn something when you walk into this space. And a lot of people don't seem to understand that. But if you come in here and you give something to the conversation, man, that's going to earn my respect quick, you know?
Well, fair enough. And I mean, you guys have earned my respect 100%. I'm just saying, the feelings are reciprocated.
Well, when you finally decide to make that jump into conservatism, do me a favor. Don't forget to be socially liberal, because there's nothing wrong
well, see,
with
okay,
that.
this is exactly what I'm getting towards. So, okay, the thing with Nick, and so what I did was a little bit, since he went to experiment. So first of all, I was just like, you know what? Maybe let's give these guys a listen, whatever, right? So, I mean, I was more conservative growing up, 100%. I mean, but like, you know, in my early teenage years, I was watching Steven Crowder, Ben Shapiro, etc. Like, you know, like the surface level pumpkins.
Right.
And then I slowly saw some more things, I guess, things, whatever. But, you know, I mean, as life went on, I just found myself becoming a little bit more liberal. Things happen, whatever. And I'm still kind of in this limbo point, so to speak. Now, I mean, I'm in the early 20s, you know what I mean? I don't have much life experience. I'm just kind of looking at things and making opinions based off of it. And I have been spending a lot of time talking with so-called conservatives, calling into shows similar to yourself, or joining these like open panels, scheduling, you know, debates or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to be honest with you, Matt. They don't have anything to back it up.
No.
I'm serious with you. You are the only person that I've ever talked to that has been both respectful to me and have had actual, genuine, tangible things you're basing your opinions off of, right? And so in my quest to see how wrong I have been, all I have found is that the people that I would be in the same boat as don't know what they're talking about. I don't know that's on everybody. I mean, I have my godfather. I mean, he's one of the most well-spoken men I've ever met on the planet. He's incredibly conservative. I love talking with him about things. Obviously, it's not all of them.
Yeah.
But and so here's where I'm getting towards. I've been really trying to immerse myself into this just to make sure that I am not as misinformed as they keep telling me that I am. You know what I mean? I'm starting to kind of come to a conclusion. I don't think I am. And I started talking with the young ones. Sorry, I went on a bit of a tangent. I really am just praising you guys.
Okay.
So the thing with Nick, I just saw the topic with Nick. I heard what you were saying about him earlier. I think that's the best way you can put it. Just saying. But I talked to these I don't know, grapers. What a stupid fucking term that is. Also, I mean, it's just so obnoxious. It's just and the way that basically the host played some clips of Nick saying some not great things, which I'm sure you've probably heard.
Yeah, which I got
a lot of not great things.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, he said some shit, and I was beforehand, I was like, you know what? I've only seen these clips. Let's watch some quote unquote context, because they're always taking them out of context.
That's right. You got to watch.
They're always taking them outside of context.
Right. You have to watch them in context. You have to.
I watched about an hour worth of clips posted by fan channels. Right, like fans, like people reposting things that I would assume maybe they don't necessarily agree with, but they find it funny or they find it worth reposting to their own pages. Right. Context didn't make it any better, Matt. Context might have actually made it worse.
That's right.
I can't like. I mean, no, I'm serious with you. It was so mind-boggling to me when I was watching these. I was like, okay, so he says a provocative thing, and then he just keeps going with it. Like those sound bites of him saying that like women want to be SA'd or et cetera, et cetera. It's like everyone's like,
I'm with you.
Out of context.
I'm with you.
Dude, there is no context that can save him. So anyway, my point.
But Lawrence, but you also then need to listen to how he talks about Ben Shapiro, because There is a segment that I could show you that is so fantastic about how he actually admires Ben Shapiro. The problem is his bipolarism kicks in the 24 hours later. And
that's exactly what I'm getting at. Because I saw a couple of clips of him talking like a normal person. I was like, oh.
Right.
Oh, okay. I kind of get it.
Then the
so,
bipolarism
anyway, I'm talking
kicks
to
in.
these people. I'm talking to these people, and they just keep saying every single quote that I was bringing up. They just keep saying, "Oh, but it's a joke. Oh, it's a joke. Oh, it's just but a joke."
They
Why are you getting so offended? What are you, snowflake?
Right.
And it was one of the most insufferable things. I know this isn't your fault. I'm not just calling to complain about that.
No. I get it, dude. They're called apologists. They're called apologists.
So what I did was I asked them, like, honestly, I was like, okay, so are you guys Nick Fuentes fans? Or are you fans of the things that he says? Right? Like, I was like, honestly, because, I mean, I don't care how much of a joke it is. He says some pretty detestable shit. And if you can't defend it other than just by saying, oh, it's just a joke, that kind of makes me assume that maybe you actually believe some of these things that he says.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, I mean, their only defense was that Nick isn't that bad. They take him out of context. You just don't understand the real message.
That's all bullshit. It's all bullshit.
And it was honestly kind of eye-opening to me. And then it was eye-opening to me to see the young conservative base. Because I asked them, I was like, would you ever vote for a Democrat in your life? And they were just like, no, they're fucking evil. Like, what are you talking about?
But they're not Republicans,
blah, blah, blah.
bro. They're not conservatives.
See, that's what I'm saying. I know. Okay. And we talked about this before, and I very much agree with you. I'm not saying that they are, but they think that they are. Matt.
Great, let them.
They think that they're on the same side as you.
Let them. The KKK thinks they're Republicans too, and they're
exactly.
It's fine. But can I just?
Well,
I got Lawrence. I got to take it over. I got to take it over, and then I got to kick you off.
I want to say something.
Yeah, cool. So let me just say this.
All right, sorry.
No, stop being sorry. I'd rather talk about you, honestly. And I want to go back to something you said because it's an interesting point. You said to me, well, you always bring, an argument, or you always, back it up. One of the things you said was not my opinion. I don't give my opinion. You've got that. If you want to know the secret sauce to the Big Mac, it's not opinion. I don't espouse opinion on this show. I collect the facts. And I present them in a way that are articulate, easy to understand if you follow enough, because it can get confusing. But the way that my mind thinks is I present it like an attorney would. I don't present things with opinion unless I say, and listen, I'm paraphrasing myself, is, listen, this is just my opinion here. Or listen, I'm speculating. Or listen, this is me very aware that I might be full of shit on this. But I always do that with my audience because I only present the facts and I don't lead myself down to a place that leads me into emotion unless I go, you know what, man, you want to have a conversation where you and I are dragging each other. I got no problem doing that. And you'll hear me say that because if you want to have a street fight, I'm fantastic at those. But if you want to have a conversation where it's not debate, but you want to talk about facts, that's where I live. And that is a place where a lot of people can't play. That's where my stock is valuable, is that there's nobody else that does it quite like me on that aspect, and that is just the intel background. And that's the way I was trained, and that's the way I think. And Olivia will tell you I am black and I am white when it comes to facts, and there is no gray. It's either true or it's false, and you present facts to show both sides, but you don't muddy them. Ever.
Yeah.
Because it's a waste of time. Olivia has something for you, Lawrence. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say that if there are more young people like you in this country, we actually have some hope.
She loves you, Lawrence. Like, dude, literally thinks that you're awesome.
Thank you so much.
She thinks you're awesome.
That's
seriously,
that's very nice of you.
You're intellectual. You speak well, and the fact that you are open-minded and willing to learn just says so much about you and how your parents raised you.
Appreciate that.
And
thank you.
You and our daughter Hayden. I mean, if you guys can go out, because your guys aren't that far apart in age, but if you guys can go out and make a huge difference in this world, then
Olivia has said many times she wants you on the show as a third voice or fourth voice in a conversation, and I think if you can overcome that and be able to get on video, you should. I think there's times where we want liberals to call in, but the thing is that most liberals that watch this show no longer are liberal.
That's real. That's fair, man.
And
you still become me into a couple things. We talked about gun violence after Charlie Kirk's tragic passing.
Yeah.
And we were talking about like the pros and cons, what outweighs the bad. You know what I'm saying? And you brought up statistics about crimes being prevented by the owner of the victim owning a gun and having a gun on them.
Did you look it up?
I did, and you genuinely changed my opinion on that.
To the number, right? To the freaking number.
I was already on the fence about it. You told me some facts. I looked into it myself. I said, that's something I never considered before.
Yeah.
And you are the only ones who have ever done that. I feel like I'm going insane talking to these people, Matt and Olivia.
Well,
I think I'm losing my mind trying to get through to them and asking them, give me numbers, give me facts.
You're losing your mind, Lawrence, for one reason. Let me tell you why you're losing your mind. Because you're falling in the trap.
Yes.
You're falling in the Can I tell you? This is where you have not escaped. You have not escaped the vacuum yet. And here it is. Liberals try to change minds. Republicans try to change. Wait, hold on. Let me finish. Republicans try to change hearts. Try to change hearts. Because it's not the Republican Party that tries to change hearts. It's the constituents. Because we're Christians.
Sure.
We are the number one most. We donate more than any other demographic on planet Earth. We care about personal accountability, but we try to work through people's hearts. We don't try to do the mind because you can't change someone's mind. It's impossible. No matter how much I want to change you, I can't. But what I can do is I can try to get through your heart and try to treat you like an equal and hold you accountable like a dad would, because that's unfortunately the age I'm at now, and I can do it in a non-condescending way. And if you can stop trying to change their minds and start trying to change their hearts, and the best way to do that, Lawrence, is to listen to them.
Which is exactly what I've been doing. I really appreciate that.
Good.
That's a really good way to look at it.
Now stop getting frustrated with them.
That's my problem. That's on me. That's always been on me. Anyway,
takes time.
I really appreciate what you guys are saying. I appreciate hearing from you. You guys are fantastic. The last thing I want to say, and I'll get out of your hair. I'll call in soon again. Okay. So the thing that I noticed most about talking to these 18-year-old fucking degenerates was that and we've talked about this before, and obviously you're very correct. They are not you. You guys are like rational human beings, and you just happen to be on the other side of the aisle than me. I love that. That's fantastic. They think that they're you. And my issue is that when these kids, these Nick Fuentes fans, they are incredibly fake conservatives, they do not care about social ramifications of anything. They just listen and hear, and they repeat the same shit. They think that they're on your side, right? And regardless of if that's a fact or not, obviously it's not. Does that, coming from you guys who are obviously well-read and you do research and you know what you're talking about, you're respectful, and you're not like these racist idiots, does it, coming from your perspective, does that bother you in any capacity that these people are going, when they get to voting age, they're going to be saying the same things as you? And
no, because you just said it. These people are too self-centered to go and get themselves up and out and vote. This is.
But if if a Nick Fuentes type were to, obviously Nick can never run for office. He doesn't have the fucking results.
He won't.
Shit. But if a Nick Fuentes type did run for office, well, I'm talking about David Duke, right? I mean, if David Duke was able to network to millions of young people, and
Lawrence, let me answer the question. Let me answer the question.
My bad, brother.
No, stop it. Don't. You got to stop. That's the one thing you got. You're even apologizing about apologizing. Listen.
That's crazy.
How quickly did they turn on Nick Fuentes? How quickly did they turn on Nick Fuentes when Nick went with Kamala Harris?
I don't know much about this. What are you referring to?
He's turned on Trump. Completely turned on Trump. What happened when he actually started empathizing a little bit with the Jews? He did that about 4 months ago. And he started saying, can you really blame the Jews for what they're doing? That they're motivated people, that they're trying to preserve their way of life, that they are trying to influence the United States. I mean, wouldn't we do the same thing? Wouldn't any country? I mean, they're Israel first. Can you really disagree with that? He started defending Ben Shapiro, and his entire group turned on him.
That's fair.
So
do you think that the audience, the fan base, is just hateful people looking for
I think the audience,
a figure?
I think the audience is watching a shock jock.
Yeah.
And they just want him to be shocking and abrasive and rude, because that is literally what their immature, petulant, juvenile little minds can contain right now, because they are the video game generation where Nigga Bong Blaster 46 is their opposition playing Call of Duty, and they've never had a conversation with a human being across from them that holds any merit, because they're incels. They don't have the capability to communicate with the opposite sex. They don't have the ability to deal with their own closeted homosexuality, which a lot of them do. And they resent themselves because they don't understand anything other than how to capitulate each other. So there will come a time that they'll all have to face real life. They'll have to get jobs. They'll have to go out there in the real world, leave mommy and daddy. And this generation is going to matriculate away from Nick Fuentes. And the reason why is because they're going to realize that this fucking guy is just depressing and he's not giving me anything. And I want to go ahead and bang Jenny Big Tits, who works in aisle 7 in the white aisle, and she's hot.
Sure.
And I'm done literally looking at the JCPenney catalog and whacking off with turtle wax. It leaves a high gloss shine, but I'm really lonely. That's going to be all of their lives in the next 5 to 10 years.
Shit, I hope so, man. I don't know. It's disheartening sometimes to see, because I mean, shit, I think that, and I'm not trying to put myself on any pedestal, but I think that what I'm doing, just trying to conversate, I think it's a good way of going about things.
Yeah.
And like, whatever.
There have been multiple people like him before throughout history, and they never have any staying power. Nick Fuentes he's there right now. He's popular and he says the things, but I hate Jews only goes on for so long. The people who last in this business are people who can actually navigate with the times, grow and swell and shrink when necessary. And Nick doesn't have those facets. Nick has one gear, and that's I hate Jews.
That's real.
It is true.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
All right,
last
Lawrence.
thing,
No, you said last thing, 3 last things together. I got to go move on to a couple other things. I love you, man. You're a good call. Call in again.
Have a great night, guys. Seriously.
See you, buddy.
Lawrence.
Thank you. Good to hear from you guys.
You got it, Bubba. Thanks.
Right,
anytime. So I really like Lawrence. I love when he calls in.
I love him. He needs to call more often.
Yeah.
I love the fact that we have a liberal that wants to call in and actually have an open-minded conversation, as opposed to the liberals have called in before and just spew insults and call us names.
It's kind of like we're collecting Pokemon here. Can we just not say, like, I'm not knocking you what you're saying. I know what you're trying to say, but in my eyes, I don't see people as liberals and conservatives. I just literally see people as I see black people, Mexicans, lesbians, trannies. You're either an asshole or you're not. And if you're not an asshole, I want to be a part of your life. And if you are an asshole, I'm going to literally trounce you until you either leave or you become somebody different.
I don't look at people as liberals, conservatives, Republicans. I could care less.
Sorry,
I'm just
Mr. Gill.
I'm just saying that he has said he is a liberal.
Yeah, I know.
And he calls in and he's open-minded, because most liberals these days are not.
He's a good dude.
And
I
he's
like him.
Very
I like
cool,
him.
and I really, really like
He
him.
reminds me a lot of Mike. You know, 5 Minute Mike, who was here for 5 minutes. And
5 Minute Mike.
Yeah, so you know, I like him. I do. I do. And listen, I challenged him last time. I said, "What if I call you a fag? How are you going to feel about that?" And I did that on purpose because I wanted to see if he could understand that even when I'm asking the most tough and disrespectful question, it's not designed to hurt him. It's designed to stress and test his breaking points on our relationship. And I do this with everybody. I've done this with Pastor Gill. I mean, when we sat down and had our 3.5 hour conversation, I said, in Job, isn't it a little crazy that a deity is flirting with jealousy and allowed Satan to get the best of him? You know, and I'm not asking this in a derogatory way. And he's like, I don't think you are, but you've got to ask tough questions. You've got to put people in different positions. Let's go ahead and wrap this. Folks, we're 277.58. I don't know if we're going to hit it or not. I think Olivia's got something up her sleeve, but I do have a couple of other things to show you. And I want to wrap this up in the next 5 minutes if I can.
Thank you, David Wagner. $20.
David, my man in Utah.
$2 42 cents short.
I am going to show this Crowder clip, and let's go ahead and do that. And I want you guys to see it, and we'll have topics. We're going to be on 6-7 hours tomorrow, so we got to go. Here it is.
But let me first clarify what should not be a disqualifying factor. And I don't see some of these people there understanding this. Interviewing controversial figures should not be disqualifying at all.
Yep.
Whether it's Nick Fuentes, whether it's Vladimir Putin, whether it's Sergei Lavrov.
Agreed.
Whether it's Dugan, who we interviewed, Jeffrey Sachs, or Clint Howard, the lady nun.
I was like, wait, what?
These are not disqualifying factors, nor are bow ties or recently becoming enamored with fly fishing or even putting bow ties on the fish that you fly.
So we thought it would be interesting to take a look at a contemporary, modern-day 2024 Russian grocery store 2 years into sanctions. Here we go. So I guess you put in 10 rubles here, and you get it back when you put the cart.
Oh, he discovered Aldi.
Yeah.
So it's free, but there's an incentive to return it. Come on.
Trader Joseph Stalin's.
Unicorn and mini mills. All right. And we all came in around $400, about $400. It was $104 US here. And that's when you start to realize that ideology maybe doesn't matter as much as you thought. Corruption. If you take people's standard of living and you tank it through filth and crime and inflation, and they literally can't buy the groceries they want, at that point, maybe it matters less what you say or whether you're a good person or a bad person. You're wrecking people's lives in their country, and that's what our leaders have done to us.
Well, what about Russian leaders literally imprisoning people for holding the wrong political perspectives? Or the fact that 60% of all Russians spend at least half of their income on food because of how poor they are. It should give you pause if someone simps for Sharia law.
Sharia law is bad, Seth. I don't know if you've heard that. It's bad. It's worse than what's happening in New York and Detroit. It's just bad.
Correct.
I don't know why. You should know, Seth, that the real danger is Sharia law. Sharia law. And you can tell when you go to a place like Abu Dhabi or Riyadh, like, oh man, I hope we don't ever wind up with a society like this.
Now do Kandahar.
With a rape rate of 0, where you leave your keys in your Lamborghini and
Somalia.
don't ever worry about it being stolen. And, you know, if people want to get wasted,
Let's
they
do
do
the
it
Congo.
at home. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And you guys caught that, right? You said a rape rate of 0.
Yeah.
Do you know the statistical likelihood of there being a rape rate of 0 in an Islamic country? Ironically, it's 0.
0.
You guys remember this, right? January 1st, 2021, when some of these texts were revealed, he said, we are very, very close to being able to.
So the one thing I like about Crowder is that he brings receipts. And remember, Tucker Carlson pretends that he's this giant Trump supporter. He's not. He despised Trump. He talked massive shit about Trump. But like everybody, private texts are different. I say some things about my wife that I wouldn't want her to know when we're texting between, you know, if I'm mad at her and and she's mad at me. There's things that are going through her head that I don't want to know. So what? Who gives a crap? Tucker Carlson has every right to platform anyone he wants. And once again, we're not the left. We have no right to cancel him. Just don't watch him. Watch us instead. If he offends
That's my
you,
policy.
just leave.
You know?
It's not like he's not annoying as shit anyway. I mean, God,
What was that maniacal laughter?
That's what he does. I don't
Just
know.
what
It's
the
his
heck
it's
was
his
that?
trademark weirdo. There's so much to show. We got to do this tomorrow. I mean, we've got Thomas Massey, whose wife died mysteriously, and he's already remarried a year, 14 months later. And she's smoking hot, and they've known each other for 10 years. Weird stuff. Not that I'm going to comment on that. I mean, listen, I'm not going to break Thomas Massey down just because he's a complete betrayer of Trump and hates Trump, and he's just a slimy, smelly douchebag. I'm just not a fan of Thomas Massey. I've never been a fan, and everyone's like, "Oh, look at his Liberty score." I'm like, yeah, but if he literally contradicts every Republican policy, why are you defending him? Because he's standing up for freedom and democracy. But no, he's not. He's voting with the libs. That's what he does. I'm sorry, but I'm not a big fan of Thomas Massey. But I wanted to show you that, and then there's been a couple of other videos. But I guess I got to go to... oh, yeah, I've got some Fetterman stuff. I wanted to show you what Candace said about Jews, but I guess I can't do that. Jeffrey Styles donated $5 through Super Chat. Thank you. That hits 300. Let me
From
see.
my mom, Bobby. God bless. Well, tell your mom, Bobby. Thank you.
Oh, thanks. It's always nice. Let me see if I got one more. See if I got one more. I probably have a little one here. Oh, this was good. I saw this morning when I was making eggs, and thank you so much.
It's the super chat.
I know Bobby's Jeffrey's mom. Jeffrey's mom. Bobby is Jeffrey's mom.
Yes.
Shouldn't
From
say-
my mom, Bobby. God bless.
I'm tired.
Yes.
Just watch this. This is a mic drop. I thought this was good. And then we'll get ready for election tomorrow. I think we'll be on at 6 tomorrow, so it'll be an early night. And I think I'm running solo. So here it is.
The difference between being kind, and to me and my faith is one thing is being nice to people. The difference between being kind, and to me and my faith is one thing is being nice to people from different lands, but they also have to be respectful of our laws. And everybody wants to come to the United States because we have a great economy, have a lot of opportunity. But there's a process to do that. My family has been here since at least the 1700s. There's no one that's gave us a free $1,400 debit card. No one gave us a free apartment. No one gave us anything free. We had to work for it. So there is a process. And if we respect all people, that means that the people that come here need to respect our laws. And that's all that we're saying. We allowed 20 million immigrants in here legally since 2000. How much is too much? And how much are we going to put the burden on the taxpayers? Because the money has to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
It's just common sense.
So, Maria, I see you nodding.
The difference between
So what's
being
funny
kind.
is that there's another black guy back here. He's a liberal, and he was just absolutely trying to he just started interrupting and Harris kind of snuffed him. But there were independents, GOP voters, and it was solid. It was a really good panel, and this guy's body language, everything was just trying to get up into people's business. And Harris doesn't take that shit. She doesn't. Nobody gets to espouse falsehoods. And if you haven't watched Harris Faulkner's show,
she's great.
She's amazing. Faulkner Focus is actually really good. I would highly recommend you watch it because she's very deliberate in holding people accountable. And whether it's Republicans or Democrats, she's great at it. Sorry. Last thing. Tomorrow night, I think polls close at 8, right?
I don't know. I thought it was 7. New Jersey's 8.
Double check.
Let me look.
Double check. Polls closed. Did you just put that in? Yep.
Yep.
Glenn Clark, $10. Thanks, Glenn. Appreciate it, buddy. Let me find out. Oh, yeah. But it's outnumbered, but she calls it the Faulkner Focus. You're right. I'm sorry. You're right. Dang, Jeffrey beat me to it, so I'll put $7 more. Thank you. Yeah, you're right.
As long as you are in line by 7, you will be able to vote.
Right.
So they'll stay open later, but you just have to be in line by 7.
Here's what we'll do. I'll probably come on at 6:30. I think it's a good time. Yeah, 7 p.m. New Jersey's 8, New York 9. Yeah. So I'll probably come on at 6:30. That'll give me because I'm going to go vote myself and I'm going to check out a few polling stations. So I'm going to drive around. I always just check everything out and I get a feel, and then I'm going to talk to some people.
Make sure you record it.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to some people and just see what I can see and do some exit polling. And that's a good idea. I'll bring my recorder, my 2 audio mics, and that'll be fun. Set up my phone and do it. Everyone get out there. Listen, if you don't bring 10 people, everybody knows 10 people. You got to bring them to the polls. We got to get as many people. We have 405 people on right now. We have a lot of Virginians on. And, everyone always says, bring 10 people, bring 10 people. If you don't bring a couple, we're making a mistake. And we've got to vote. Now, just because the numbers look bleak, it doesn't mean I'm right. I haven't. But it doesn't mean that there's not a first time. And I very well could be misreading this. I don't think I'm misreading New York. And I think Virginia is going to be real tough. The precedent that has been set, the lockdowns, the way Virginia votes in off-year elections, this is just Virginia. It doesn't break strides, but there always is that chance. Youngkin was an upset. This very well could be too. They could be misreading her. Okay? We'll see what happens. If blacks turn out, she's going to win. Blacks got to vote for her. And I'm hoping they do. Yes, I know the Avalanche are on at 9:30. Trust me. My number 1 in the NHL Avalanche, you mean? We'll be here at 6:30. I could get it wrong. But right now, I'll have a better idea tomorrow. Like, I will feel really sure. But right now, Censorship is going to be the closest race. But right now, I'm thinking you're +6 in Virginia, you're +6 in New Jersey, and you're +20 in New York City. It doesn't look good. Okay? But we'll see. Yes, Latinos need to come out. Mexicans have to vote for her. Blacks and but here's the thing. The Latinos are already breaking for her. They're already breaking for her. So that's really good. That's a number one win right there. That's huge. Latinos are coming out for Sears. The numbers are very strong for her. I think she's like at 54%. That's a huge win. Blacks have to show up too, because white people are going to show up. I think, honestly, the white vote, males are going to counteract the women, but they're still going to be about 1%, 1.5% higher. We need to make that up in Latinos and blacks. If Latinos and blacks show up for Sears, we're going to win. Okay? John Reed has a good chance. Mayeris, God, I hope. But here's the thing: if Mayeris and John Reed and Higgins win, then you're gonna Mayeris is gonna win, and so is Winsome. They're gonna down ticket. This is gonna be a very polarizing split, and I don't think people are gonna cross pollinate. And if they go with Jay Jones, they're gonna be like, well, if I'm going with Jay Jones, I might as well go with the top of the ticket too and the bottom of the ticket. That's the way people think. Virginians are usually left or right. They're black and white in their voting. And if they cross brand into Jason Mayeris, which they may because of Jay Jones being a complete freaking nut job.
That's what I was going to say. Do you think some people will still vote for Spanberger and Democrats except not vote for Jay Jones?
I don't know. Because if you're upset at Jay Jones, you're upset at that ticket because the rest of that ticket did not stop endorsing him. If it's that big, here are the wild cards in Virginia. The lockdowns, Jay Jones, and transgenders in schools. Because Spanberger, she's late term abortion. She's for transgenders. She's all about DEI. She's all about woke ideology. So if people still remember what it was like with Youngkin, that's a good thing. And you know that Youngkin's been doing that. Youngkin on the tour and on his talking points has been all over DEI and woke ideology and genders, transgenders in bathrooms and sports. So they've been hitting that hard. And the last 24 hours, 72 hours, Spanberger got asked the question about transgenders, and she freaking balked all over it. So that's going to be out there. I honestly think the silent topics are going to be Jay Jones, transgenders, and the shutdown. So
are we going to be able to see school board elections tomorrow too?
Yeah, and you got House of Representatives too, and that looks like it's going to go +6 for Democrats.
Okay,
so they're going to have all branches. I mean, it's going to be blue. Like there's no purple, and I don't know if Virginia's there. Youngkin's done a very good job. He's very popular. His approval rating, he's one of the most highest approved governors in the country. We're going to figure it out. Loudoun County that's not going for Sears. Loudoun County's not going for Sears. Spanberger will take Loudoun County. We know that because we saw what happened to Brandon Michon and Hung Cao, and they got obliterated. Let's wait. Let's see. Listen, I'm pretty good at this. I've been doing this a long time. And anybody who watched me in 2020 and 2024 and 2022 and off elections in 23 know that we crush it. We're good at what we do. Virginia Beach has no to 10-1 vote for school board. Yeah, we got that. And you also have the redistricting. That's the other thing. Virginia don't like that shit. They don't like government. They don't like big government. They may vote for Democrats, but they believe in balance of power. That's the other thing you guys got to realize. I don't think they're so sold on blue. I think there might be a couple little upsets. AG is important because that's the law. That's just them weaponizing law enforcement. Governor is important. If they give that to Spanberger, that's a lot of power, man. She's the president of the state. And that's what governors are. There's 50 presidents of the states. And the president of the United States isn't the president of us, by the way. He's the president of the governors. Let's see. Okay? You've heard my thoughts. Tomorrow, I might feel a little bit different. Couple races, I feel that. Let's just see what tomorrow looks like. Let's see what the exit polls say. I'll have the exit poll data. I'll have a real good feeling. All right, we're going to get out of here. Liv, love you. That was a great night tonight. You're off tomorrow.
Yes.
I'm not letting Olivia stay on tomorrow. She's going to have a night off, and she's got to go get all pretty, and she got to wash her hair.
Go wash my hair.
She got to go wash her hair. We're going to go and watch some
Bosch.
We're watching Bosch. It's so good.
It really is.
It really is it's a good show. It's really a good show. Listen, we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Why would they go back after Youngkin? Because it's what Virginians do. The Commonwealth is very set in its ways. Very set in its ways. And in off-year elections, they always go with the opposition party. It's just the way they do. Just the way they do. Virginians don't like government. We don't trust the government. Got to remember, we were a southern state. So we got southern feelings. But we've also had a lot of Yankees come in here. So we've got the South. You could literally just draw a quarter half from the top of Virginia all the way down to Vaughan Beach and Norfolk, and that entire swath is all blue. And it runs the state. It really does. But here's the thing. There might be one other thing at play. I hate to say this. I really fucking hate to say this.
What?
I got to say this. Her being black might hurt her. I hate to say that. But it's true. I don't know if Virginia is truly ready for a black woman governor. I just don't. That's what killed Kamala. That's what made it so close between Trump. If she was a Democrat, there's no problem with it. I want to be wrong about that. And that Latinos are breaking, that's good. If African Americans show up, that's really going to be a win. But we've got to consider the race element. And this is the Bible Belt. We've got some very, very people who are set in their ways here. We got Klan literally across the way. And I'm not saying it's going to be a big thing, but will white men come out for her? They need to. They need to. And I'm encouraging all people to come out for her. But white women, predominantly conservative women, they're going to make a big difference in this race too. They came out for Youngkin. Will they come out for a black immigrant? God, I hope so, because she's a great woman. She really, did you not love her?
Oh, I did. I absolutely loved her. She was so nice and so kind, and she's
just the sweetest woman I've ever seen, man.
And her daughter was amazing too. I loved her. She was so cool.
And I'm not bringing race into this, but come on. Everybody who's from Virginia knows what I'm talking about. There's just, this is the South, and there is some people, and those are the people that need to come out and vote for her. I want to believe in my fellow Virginians that they don't care about that shit. And if they don't, we're going to find out tomorrow. I'm so excited. This is my Super Bowl. People get excited about prom. People get excited about New Year's Eve and Christmas. I get excited about election time. Like, this is where I make my bread. All right, we're going to have a big goal tomorrow because let's talk about that quickly. We got 404 people on. People are still coming on. People are watching. We're going to have a big goal tomorrow. We always do on elections because it costs a lot to stream. You guys got to remember, you're talking about $65, $75 an hour to stream. It's a lot. So when we do a $300 night, immediately just streaming costs. We got software. You got to stream it. We've got broadband. We have to run a business account here. I'm not trying to make you guys feel bad. I'm not saying we're not broke. What we're saying is it's going to be probably a 4, 5, 6 hour stream. So there's going to be a bigger goal tonight. Okay. For election night. So and I know a lot of people know that, and they're always there to help us out. But just when you see a bigger goal, that's why. Okay. All right. We love y'all very, very much. Good show tonight, Livy.
Yes. Good show.
Did I tell you how much I like you in that shirt? It's one of my favorite shirts on the floor after we get off the show. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching the Donut Friendly Show. God bless you. Take care.
Night, y'all.
See you guys tomorrow night. 6:30. Bye.
Adjusting transmitter output. This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.